Hey everybody, welcome to the Pro Crastinators podcast, the show that here's the show. It's me, Give and Take, and we got Ben Saint.
Yeah.
And we got some guests. We got a returning guest, GamersTavern.
Two antennas met on a roof and got married. The ceremony wasn't much, but the reception was incredible.
Did it again.
That's a good one.
He did it!
Yes!
Thank you.
And
GamersTavern show on YouTube. Check it out.
Classy, epic. And we have TectonicImprov as well.
Shoutouts to Large Chat.
TectonicImprov, who I have mentioned once or twice on the show, specifically for being the guy. Well, he's got a YouTube channel, and I've mentioned you because you did the PCP style lecture on Linkara. No, on Atop the Fourth Wall.
Yeah.
Right?
I've seen like a bit of that. I keep thinking I'm gonna watch the whole thing, but I never get around to it.
It's okay.
It's I kind of want to talk about that a little bit, but I want to say it's a good lecture. It's a good choice of topic for a lecture. And just I don't know. It's very funny. I knew there was lore. I knew there was Atop the Fourth Wall lore, but like I don't know. Just hearing it described in like a linear sequence of like this happened and therefore this happened and thus this happened is very, very amusing.
It is, especially for it feels like the perfect like lecture topic because it's very esoteric and
yes,
just like I used to watch Linkara like way back in the day when I was into like Channel Awesome and all that. So even back then I was like, this is like kind of crazy. There it is. The Linkara Running Gif. I love this gif.
Wait, I gotta see. I went to a different Discord server. Why am I not looking at the right? Okay, just go without me. Just forget about me.
Linkara's a funny gentleman.
He's interesting. It's
not for like on purpose. He's just is like that.
Is he never funny on purpose?
Well,
he has his moments, I'd say.
He sounds a lot like me.
He's like, I watched a bit of his videos back when I was like that guy with the glasses head, and I was on that site, and I was like, oh, I love reviews. But I wasn't that big into comics, so I had no real reason.
When someone will watch it, so I don't have to. Yeah.
I recall Linkara being like less funny than Spoonie, but he was like considered one of the big three, so I didn't watch really anyone below him on the hierarchy.
Only the choice, the cream of the crop,
the few, the proud.
I have heard of him, but I haven't seen any of his stuff. I mostly watched the guy with the glasses, or what did he call himself? Doug Walker or something?
Nostalgia critic.
Nostalgia critic.
Yeah, the nostalgia critic. I've seen.
Do you know who Linkara is?
I know a little bit about him, but I haven't seen any of his content.
He talks like this, and he reviews comics.
Kinda. The thing I never watched that guy with the glasses or any Channel Awesome stuff like in its heyday. I just like missed that entire content train.
Good.
The most Linkara I ever. At one point, I went on like a very short Atop the Fourth Wall binge. Just one day I put it on play for a while and I watched some and I was like, okay, this is fine. And then another time I watched his Power Rangers series, which is really good actually. Because I was a big Power Rangers kid, and I was like, I remember Rita Repulsa, and I remember Lord Zed. And then I remember there were some like machine cog people after that, and I was like, what happened after that? And now I know. There was one where they were all cars. In case you were
remember
wondering.
that.
I remember really liking that retrospective. I used to watch it a lot.
I also did. I think I was like, it was the one thing similar. Like I had seen the Power Rangers the movie with the Ooze, with Ivan Ooze.
Oh, fuck yeah, Ivan Ooze.
Yeah, I saw that movie too.
And I was like,
dude,
what
the
is
CG
Power
is so
Rangers?
good. It's so good.
Yeah, didn't he go like big giant robot himself mode, and like he was bigger than the planet, and then they killed him?
Yeah, that happened at
Who,
the end.
Linkara?
No, Ivan Ooze.
I think
Maybe Linkara did that as well.
Like Linkara becomes like Gurren Lagann. He would.
I think it was actually he was piloting like some robot from a comic he read. I think that's what happened.
Okay.
I don't know if there's any sort of giant Linkara. Maybe there is, because I finished the lecture where there was like he was like halfway through a new saga, so I was like I won't bother covering that one. So maybe there is a giant Linkara. I admittedly I haven't watched.
Well, one can hope.
Any since. Yeah, right. I mean, fingers crossed. He's done pretty much everything else.
It's been a while. It's been a while since I saw it. Does the lecture cover Linkara lore? Does it include the that guy with the glasses like movies like To Boldly Flee and all that?
I think I mentioned them. Like very.
Are those
offhand.
canon? Are those canon to Atop the Fourth Wall?
They kind of are, sort of.
Yeah.
Like they don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. I think To Boldly Flee has some connections to the main plot line because I think it's the canon introduction reintroduction of Mechakara or something.
Like the point of To Boldly Flee and whatever the other movies are called, like the point of them is that they are like an Avengers style like meeting of all these characters together in one
Sounds pretty great.
Storyline, right?
I mean, when I was young, it was cool. It was just legitimately cool.
It was.
I dreamed of being part of it.
It's very funny, but I get it. I get the appeal completely.
It's very of its time.
I think some of the things that like he has.
That was like
characters
before the
appear.
Avengers, though, right?
Well,
a little bit.
Avengers was in a comic form before that, surely.
Oh, but
I
comics
guess
aren't
so.
real.
I guess that's true, but like I feel
Just
like
crossovers
when I
in
say
general.
an Avengers
Yeah,
style like crossover.
Avengers have been around for decades, I think.
Okay, but more people are familiar with the movie version.
And the idea of like all these internet like video people coming together to do something together was sort of what was a little bit unheard of at the time, at least at the scale that Channel Awesome was doing it. So in that way, it's kind of cool.
It makes way more sense for someone like Linkara, who does have like storylines, than it does for someone like, I don't know, Todd in the Shadows.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like this back then, but like he doesn't have any plot in his.
No, he never has.
Yeah.
No, a
Okay,
lot of
well,
them
that's very weird
Are
then.
just like
It's like, oh my god, a galactic like villain has appeared. Like the universe is in peril. Oh, thank God, Todd in the Shadows is here.
Thankfully, Todd's gonna save the day.
It was really like
reviewers are the best heroes.
Christ.
It was like I watched all of the meetup films, including the first one where it's just they were in a hotel lobby room
fighting each other,
and it was like Nostalgia Critic versus the Angry Video Game Nerd, which is like where it all spiraled out from because they had a feud because they were big at the time. It was really just Nostalgia Critic trying to make himself more popular by attaching himself to the Angry Video Game Nerd, which was a very smart move.
Yeah.
But like they had the first one, which is just a fight with everyone. Everyone just turned up. It's like, who are you? I'm gonna beat you up, and they just beat the shit out of each other, and it was very silly. The second one was like an attempt at actual like filmmaking, and it's laughable, and it's kind of cute actually. There's a lot of funny stories of behind the scenes of these productions.
That's like half the fun.
But yeah, that one wasn't really like a super lore thing. It was just sort of like they understand that they are all part of that guy with the glasses, and the joke is that Nostalgia Critic just says, hey, come over to this thing. He calls everyone. And they're like, why are we here? They just don't know. They're just people. And they, you know, some of them just happen to have super magic abilities or guns or whatever, and they use their funny reviewer gimmicks in whatever happens. And then the third one, well, that was the Suburban Knights, which is like a D&D thing in the suburbs.
God, wait, how many are there?
There's four.
Okay.
The Suburban Knights, it's the same sort of thing. Like, Nostalgia Critic calls everyone and say, hey, got to do this thing, and they're like, fine, I guess I'll be in your review movie. And then the fourth one, To Boldly Flee, is space. They just do the thing. There's like lore-wise, it makes no sense, and they address that, I think. But you know, when they have characters in their own reviews that are recurring, Linkara especially, he brings them in for certain things.
I think Linkara, out of all the reviewers, probably works the best in these crossover movies because he's the one who leans the most in on lore. Like Spoonie sort of did it, but not really to the extent that Linkara did. I think Linkara just really likes doing the lore stuff, and honestly, I ended up really kind of like respecting it in a way, and just kind of liking it because I mean it's dumb, but it's also also kind of fun. Like it
comes through. Like watching the lecture, I started kind of respecting it too. Like he's really dedicated to like he'll something will catch his eye in something he reviews. He'll decide that it's cool. He'll you know co-opt it and put it in his own version into his like persona universe. Yeah. And then it will stay around and it will continue to get referenced like over and over again, like for the rest of time.
I think that's kind of something that if anyone's like interested in making a lecture, I think you sort of have to, in some degree, respect or even like the thing you're covering, because if it comes across that you're like you're not being, there's something lost if you like genuinely don't care, or if you like dislike what you're talking about. Like I had an idea. I have ideas for like other lectures, but you know, there's like COVID and all that crap. But there was one idea I had in particular.
Oh yeah, I forgot about COVID.
Everyone did.
Yeah, everybody forgets about that.
I had this idea for a lecture where I would cover I'd cover the Game Overthinkers story, and which is really funny.
I was gonna say Devu used to talk about that Devu came out like this week, Lamau. Devu was gonna do the Game Overthinker lore, and she never did. And I always wanted to because I thought, just like Linkara, I was like, that's a perfect topic for it.
I would love to see a Game Overthinker lecture, but the problem with me doing something like that is I fucking hate Movie Bob, and I don't respect him in the slightest. So if
I think I could hate Movie Bob, but also I don't know if like. I think the game... I'm not super familiar with the Game Overthinker, but my impression of it is that it is very stupid, but I do find it genuinely amusing, like, when for the wrong reasons, maybe. But
yeah, because he genuinely likes them. Or liked them, at least at the time. He would defend them, I think.
Bob? Yeah. I mean...
Bobbert.
Yeah. Bob... he really would. Like, he really thought he was making, like, high art here. He really thought he was, like, elevating. Like, people would say, like, Bob, I just want to watch you review, like, movies and games and stuff. Like, I don't like these skits. And he's like, oh, well, if you don't like it, then I'm sorry. You know, I'm doing this to elevate my fucking craft. You know, you just don't appreciate my work. I'm do this for you, and there's pearls before swine.
How can you not like the dark Game Overthinker? All right, it's the most it's the most intricate plot known to man. There's a man frozen from the 90s, and he's back, and he's going to jump off a building.
It's high art because he came up with it while high.
Exactly. Well, I feel like Movie Bob's probably like a straight edge.
Oh, I was gonna say Bob would never do drugs. That's like, because God, did you? This week I've been seeing that his old tweet floating around. That's like, I was supposed to be on a starship conversing with sentient robots and uploading my consciousness into a fucking robot body. I'll never forgive the people that took that future from me.
I love it when Movie Bob accidentally or just inadvertently wants like eugenics and talks about it online. I think it's really funny.
You know, it happens. He's not the only one that occasionally slips into it, but yeah, he does.
I'm sorry, Gib. I think I cut you off earlier. What were you saying?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, the stuff with Linkara and Movie Bob and all of these, that guy with the glasses era, like, terrible, like awful, but like sort of endearing attempts at making, they review things and they try to make the things themselves in a way, and they always suck in this sort of style. And it's just it gives me the same vibes as Sonotube, but in a way that I like Sonotube. I kind of admire.
Game Overthinker is very Sonotube.
It's how it's like it's so bad, but the fact that they care about it and work really hard to make it is just sort of nice, and I just kind of like it.
Like unironically. I think Linkara's is a little bit more like
it's more high effort, I'd say, especially later on.
I would say Linkara's it's more high effort, but also. I get and it's amazing to say this about Linkara, but I genuinely think Linkara is a little more self-aware that like what he's doing is like silly than Bob is.
I think so too. Maybe it doesn't come across too much to like onlookers on Linkara and his persona, but I do think like he actually commented on my lecture, like
really
yeah.
Wait, I think I saw that.
Yeah, I pinned
awesome.
it back when he watched it. And it's just he's like talking, or he just like quotes the video, or like people just, or I think one of the people who was in the audience for the lecture was just like shocked at the fact that I had been talking for I think like 20 minutes and we were only at like the first part of the story.
Yeah.
I think I should probably talk about this because I've noticed like a lot of comments about this lecture whenever people talk about it, and I think you were probably going to bring this up too, Ben, about how like the audience probably kind of wasn't really into it.
I was going to mention it. I can tell that like you shanghaied some of your friends into sitting down for this thing, and they did it, and you got them to agree to it, and a couple of them were maybe like not actually prepared for it, and
awkward.
I told them ahead of time, like, hey, can you guys help me out with this lecture idea I have where I'm going to like explain this stuff in front of like a camera for whatever. And I think I gave them your Sonichu lecture and like this is what it's kind of going to be like. And maybe they didn't watch it, but also on the other hand, like I made them sit down for 2.5 hours to talk about something they don't fucking care. They don't care about Linkara. So like I feel kind of bad. I don't because I see people in the comment section sort of like blame my friends too much, and I gotta play defense because they're my friends. But
yeah, I mean, I get it. I get how it's a little annoying that some of them seem to be kind of
not into it.
Some of them seem to get a little annoyed. But yeah, I can understand. Like thinking about how you set up an event like this, I can understand how it comes to this. I don't know. It's kind of just funny, like when you and that one guy sort of like get pissed at each other. It's just pretty funny, actually. It's like, oh, what's this? Oh, what's gonna happen?
What?
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Well, I appreciate that at least someone likes what the emergent narrative of the lecture.
That's how I see it.
You
got to do a lecture about that lecture.
Oh man, one of my friends feels really bad about how the lecture came out, and I always have to tell him that it's like it's fine, it's not a big deal.
Oh,
yeah,
it's not that big.
It's not. It's really not. And like I would love to do another one with them, and I think they'd be a lot more behaved.
That's how you do it, because now you've broken their will.
True.
now they'll be docile.
They know what they're in for, and hopefully they'll be more behaved next time.
I had another question, another YouTube question for you. Did your the fucking oh god, the DX video game man?
Come
back. That was the second videos of yours I saw, and I liked it.
All right. So to anyone unaware, which I assume is both GamersTavern and most of the people watching this, I started making videos back in 2017, I think, and one of the first ever videos I did was it was like a recommendation video for this Japanese television show called Game Center CX.
I heard of that.
Which is I think I think most people would probably be familiar as the source of the "his smile and optimism gone" meme.
The premise of the show is that this Japanese like comedian plays retro video games and tries to beat them in like a day, and like comedy comes out of these situations. He has to like help. Yeah, he has to get like his like producers or directors to like help him out in certain sections. It's a really good show, and I wanted to make a YouTube video kind of just like recommending it to people
as a recommendation video. It was good because it really did make me want to watch the series, but I never actually did that, so I guess it wasn't good enough.
It's fine because it's kind of hard to find online, at least nowadays.
I believe the guy's name is Arino or something.
Arino, Shinya Arino.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of his stuff. He's pretty good. Pretty cool.
He's really great. I love the show a lot. And the basic idea of the video is that like I pretty much give a rundown of the plot of the show, why I like it, and I gave a bunch of like recommendations for several episodes. If that video sounds cool and you wanted to watch it, I'm sorry, but it got taken down like a month ago. On
That's so fucked.
It got copyright striked by the people who own Game Center CX because I use footage from the show in the video, and like I can't really be too like surprised about it. I'm disappointed, obviously, but like back in like 2014 or 15 or so, like the rights owners, I think Fuji TV. They started going like really draconian on Game Center CX on YouTube. So it was only a matter of time before it got struck. And I think the reason why it got struck now of all times is I recently passed like 1,000 subscribers, so I got monetization on my videos. So that might have tipped them off.
You drew the eye of Sauron.
Well, you know how it is. Fair use doesn't exist on YouTube. It exists only in the courts.
Yeah.
Well, what sucks even harder about it is I also got copyright struck for this like AMV I did a few months ago. Around the same time I got monetization. Obviously, I didn't monetize that video, but so I have 2 strikes on my channel. And if I make another oopsie within, I think, the next like 10 days, my channel's gone.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. So I'll have to be a little more careful. It's not that bad. I'm more just disappointed that I wasn't really that disappointed when the AMV got taken down because it was really more of an indulgent side project. But I was really sad when the Game Center video got taken down because that was like one of my first videos where I was like, yeah, I really like this, and it was one of my only videos that from early on that isn't like based off of other people's work that did good in like the algae.
I saw you tweet that it was down, and I was like, oh fuck. I remember liking that video, and I don't know, it's a damn shame.
I'll have to find some other way to like upload it, but whatever.
Yeah, and archive it somehow. Yeah,
it's still on my computer.
I played actually a game based on the Game Center DX show back in 2009 for the DS.
Retro Game Challenge?
Yeah.
I've actually never played that game, good. But I've heard it's great.
I have a review on it on my website, actually.
I'll have to read that.
I published a review.
What did you give it?
I don't remember. I think like an 80% or something like that.
All right.
Respectable, yeah.
Respectable, yeah.
I published a review back. I published a review actually back when I played it in 2009.
Damn. I forget how. I always forget that like you've been doing this for a really long time, GamersTavern.
For some reason I've been doing it for too long.
Sometimes I feel like I've been doing this for too long.
So coming up close to the 20-year anniversary.
Are you gonna throw a party?
Your website?
Just the website itself, or the brand, I guess you can say.
Yeah. You should have a party. You should have a Zoom call.
I'll come to the Zoom party.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Maybe you could do a stream.
Yeah. Stream it on YouTube. Yes.
Hopefully COVID will be done by then.
Hopefully. God bless. God willing. Mwah. So I don't know. What else?
Well,
what else is up?
I can talk about this thing that was going on.
Was there any more to say about any of that before we move on?
Oh. Please continue talking about my videos.
Okay. Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Check out GamersTavern on YouTube.com. Okay.
Yeah,
wait, I mean TectonicImprov. No, fuck GamersTavern.
Well, check out
no,
GamersTavern too.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Everyone, do it. Just spread it out. Spread the love. Sorry. All right. Fuck me. I'm sorry. I'll leave. I'll go. I apologize.
Bye, Ben.
So I have been, past few weeks, helping my brother to clear out his room. Because it has been.
I know about this because I listened to the Money Spenders podcast.
Yeah, the Money Spenders podcast.
Patreon.com/give-and-take.
Patreon.com/give-and-take. The Money Spenders podcast, the only place where you should spend your money.
It's a great place to do that if you're looking for somewhere.
Yeah, I've been helping him clear out all of the junk. We've been going through all of the shelves and things and like holding them up to his face. Like, do you care about this? Is this important to you? It's like, I guess I don't know. And we get bags upon bags of trash. It's great. It's really satisfying to see it being clean, and he's obviously happy that he can move around in there. And then I was looking at my room, and I was like, I gotta do the same thing to my room, even though it's not as bad. It's still like there's shelves of books here that I've never read, and I always say to myself, I'll read these. And I was thinking, how do I gamify? Because I'm stupid. I can't do things unless there's a video game involved.
You need to have achievements.
Yeah, I need like to gamify reading all these books, and so that I can get rid of them and have shelf space to put more video games or something stupid like that. And I was thinking, what if I like, first of all, because I like listing things, I was thinking of like making an itinerary of everything I have, and then doing like a list and being like, all right, let's 100% complete these books by reading them, and then, I don't know, rating them on a YouTube video saying, this book sucked, this book was good, and then throwing them away. Finally, after all these years, I can get rid of this trash,
you can donate them.
Garbage.
Can't you donate books?
I do. When I get rid of them, I donate it, like charity shop thing.
To the trash, that is.
Yeah.
Donate them back to the earth.
Mice gotta read too. So I throw them in a pit.
Have you done any book reading?
No, I was just thinking about it.
Okay.
Look, she's only introduced the concept. She still needs to needs to work on the execution. It's fine. I have
a gripe. I have something. You know what really grinds my gears? Stop me if I've said this on the show before.
Okay.
But fucking last year for Christmas, I gave The Conquest of Bread by Kropotkin to my sister, to my brother, to my brother Nate, and to Nate's girlfriend Michelle.
I heard about this from Michelle.
And yeah, good. And Michelle, wait, you heard about it from her?
Yeah, I think so, on like your Twitter or something.
Oh yeah,
or maybe in the Discord. I have no clue.
And maybe in the Discord. She said she was gonna read 50 books this year. And she's like almost there. She's read like 40 something books. It's almost the end of the year.
48,
and
I think.
She's read 50 books. She has not read the book that I gave her, The Conquest of Bread. It's literally like 100 pages. It's like shorter than a fucking Animorphs book. She has not read it, but she keeps posting the book she's read, and every single book she's read is some stupid self-help book about how cleaning your room will make you happier. That's every single fucking book. How many books do you need to read that tell you to clean your room? Just fucking do it or don't.
Were all those books written by Jordan Peterson?
No. She reads the girl versions.
Marie Kondo.
Marie Kondo.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard there was a YouTuber I was watching, and he cited that as like, it's a really good book. It teaches you.
I'm sure it's a great book.
Like,
I'm sure it's a great fucking book.
He disseminated all of the information in that book into one sentence, so now I don't have to read it. He said, in the book, they say, look around your room and see if what you have sparks joy. And if it doesn't spark joy, consider getting rid of things.
Consider fucking ending it all. Putting a bullet.
What if like
I was like,
looking
okay,
and
cool.
owning things just makes me feel good? I love looking at things. Like I have a bunch of shit in my room.
You're like a dwarf.
Well, yeah, that's the idea.
I really
you're like
do
a
feel
dwarf.
like a dwarf.
Who gets happy when they observe a masterwork craft? when they see like a nice, like a really like nice like artifact like grate in the floor with like engraving. It's like masterwork quality with like engravings of carrots on it. You go, yes.
The neurons are firing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Fuck you, Michelle. You dumb bitch.
No, hey, come on.
Poggers
Maybe she's
moment
doing
right
it
there.
to spite you.
Just fucking. Bread Book's a good book. It's a good book. It's short. It's digestible.
I used to have a problem where like my room would be hopelessly messy. And I don't know what happened, but just like one day I was like, I'm going to clean my room. This was way before Jordan Peterson, by the way, before he was even born. And I just spent I spent the day cleaning.
Tectonic, you were the original Jordan.
I really was. I spent the day cleaning my room, and it looked decent. It looked fine. It looked fine enough. There were places to walk around. There wasn't clothes strung along the floor. And like ever since, I've never really had a problem with having a dirty room. It's not in the best shape right now, but it's it's presentable, I guess, maybe.
I have because I basically just finished up all my Kickstarter stuff. I had all these boxes all around. My room is pretty small, and I had like half of it just taken up with like boxes and like packing materials and like piles of envelopes and piles of books and stuff. And I've only just like yesterday and the day before I like packed all that shit up and like put it in the closet and stuff, and like put it in a stack and put it like behind my my little like side room curtain or whatever. And it actually doesn't feel much different. I don't know. I feel like it felt like it was all cluttered, and so I put everything away. And honestly, it doesn't feel that much less cluttered, and I'm a little disappointed, frankly.
The change wasn't drastic enough.
It wasn't drastic enough. It wasn't
like
because I was keeping a lot of it under my like table, so like it wasn't like space that I was losing.
Yeah.
Now the space under my table is just empty and it's just wasted. So like whatever. I don't know. I thought it was gonna be like, I'm gonna feel so much mental clarity after like I remove all this clutter, and I put it away, and oh no, my mind is still cluttered.
Ben,
Fuck.
don't
You can
you live in a
organize your
triangle?
room, but you can't organize your mind.
What do you mean? Do I live in a triangle?
Then you have like a triangle room. It's really small from what I've seen.
A triangle room?
What kind of
The
Dr. Seuss room are you
the
living
ceiling
in,
is
then?
slanted, isn't it?
On one side it is, yeah.
I used to have one of those kind of rooms. They have like a name for them. It's like something about it's not like an
Small.
attic room, but it's
My room is not a bedroom. It is technically like a side
It's a
attic
prison.
room. Although it's not much smaller than the bedrooms by floor space. But I guess in terms of sheer volume, it is smaller because it does have the slanted roof.
I think
It just sort of makes it feel. Basically, I haven't been there, but in video I've seen that one video where it's like it feels claustrophobic, but I don't know.
I think there's like a zoning thing where like a bedroom can only be considered a bedroom if it's like something square feet and has like a window. Your room has a window, right?
My room actually has very nice windows. My room it's about the same size as like the regular bedrooms in terms of floor space. It's missing volume because it's got the slanted roof. It's got like a half closet, like a low half closet, that is only like up to like my chest height, and that's next to my bed. And then it's got a little side alcove that I have some bookshelves in, and I have a hanger bar between the two ends, like between the two walls of this little like side alcove. The alcove also has a little slanted roof, and I have a nice piece of modern art nailed to the slanted like half roof up there.
Oh, what's its name?
It's nameless.
Uncultured.
It's an original. It's an original.
Your room is missing volume like a lost book. lost volume.
What? Oh, got it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought you were gonna go sound decibels. Wait, I gotta finish. But then the alcove, I have my little hanger bar, and I have like sweaters and jackets hanging on that, and it makes like a nice little curtain to sort of cordon off that little alcove, which is really nice. I planned it out so beautifully. And then behind that I have bookshelves, and then on the wall, I don't just have one window, I have the nicest windows in the whole house. I have a big like 3-window thing. I have one huge window that like takes up half the wall, and then I have 2 little windows to the sides of it. My like front wall is like all window. It's like mwah, mwah. And then because I need to sleep until like 6 p.m. and go to bed at like 10 a.m. every day, I just have I have them all blackout curtained. I have like stuff like hanging up over the windows so I can't see out of them and no light gets in. It's a very economical setup. It really makes a whole lot of sense.
I had blackout curtains for a bit. They were pretty cool, but I didn't really have much need for them.
I didn't have them for a while because I was on like a reasonable sleep schedule, but then like a month or 2 ago, that changed, and now I need the blackout curtains again. Lamau.
Well, my room is pretty organized at all times. Kind of a bit of a neat boy, neat freak.
Really?
I just imagine GamersTavern's room kind of looks like how Raiden's room is described in Metal Gear Solid 2. It's just a bed and a desk, nothing else.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's empty and sterile, just like my soul.
Spartan.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have the vice of possession holding you. You don't feel the need to have things in your room to fill the void in your heart. You just have puns.
Well, I used to own a lot of video games, but a couple of years back, I sold, I think, over 300 or 400 games. So that really freed up a lot of space.
Oh, nice.
I just hate the idea of games being sold. I don't know why.
I
even
hate
if they're
selling
bad.
anything. I hate getting rid of stuff.
When I was fucking when I was like in high school or something, or maybe earlier, I don't remember. I think I was trying to get money. Me and Nate were trying to get money for I think it was for a PlayStation 2.
Oh hell yeah.
And so we sold a bunch of our old NES games. We sold them to GameStop, and GameStop gave us like the worst fucking price for them. Like, admittedly, a lot of them are genuinely just worthless. But we had an original NES copy of Kid Icarus that actually is kind of rare.
It's not bad.
And like,
yeah.
actually, we should have actually gotten like a bit of. I think they give us like $8 for
Yeah,
it.
you should never sell anything to GameStop. That's a complete waste of money.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, lesson learned. Lesson learned.
That like around the time the PlayStation 2 was new was also like probably like the time when like NES and Super Nintendo games were probably at like their lowest value. No one gave a shit about them until like, probably around the time that video game reviewers started popping up on YouTube.
Was that before that was a thing? I don't.
Yeah, I think
I know
feel
that
like they
Super
contributed a
Nintendo
lot
games
to
now are
this.
quite pricey.
Yeah.
Let me see what it would cost now. Kid Icarus NES.
NES games actually are
cartridge.
not too expensive now, but for some reason Super Nintendo games have gone up a lot.
Well, it's the best console, so of course you want to play the
Well, I
games.
agree.
PS2 is the best one because
I'll concede the PS2. In fact, you know what? Here, I'm going to shill a friend of mine's channel, who is reviewing every PlayStation 2 game known to man.
Oh, is it Null?
Oh.
Yeah, it's Null. Null.
Yeah,
Reps to
I've seen,
God.
Null
I've seen this
Toxicity.
guy's channel.
Another
Friend of the show.
We all, you and him are both. I mostly know you from my Discord.
Yeah.
You guys are longtime hangers out in there.
We're from way back. From
way back.
The dark ages.
Yes, and I saw he just passed like 1,000 subs too.
He
this
did.
month, right?
I'm really happy for him because I have a feeling Repstugog is like very close to kind of blowing up in a way because the concept of the channel.
What does it stand for?
We review every PS2 game. Oh God.
Okay.
I've seen that and recommend it. I'm surprised it's only like 1,000 subs.
he only started it like maybe 6 months or so ago. It's going to blow up because the concept is it's just so likable as an idea for a channel. It's only a matter of time.
As soon as I saw
before...
it, I was like, "Ah, cool! I would definitely want to get around to that." I assumed it was already a big channel, just because I don't get recommended small channels usually.
It's really funny how the idea for like Reps2GOG started, because me, Null, and a couple of other friends were just in a Discord call at 4 a.m. I don't remember who it was who brought it up, but like someone was like, what if we made like a YouTube channel where we reviewed every single PlayStation 2 game? And of course it was like 4 a.m. so we're like, oh, this is greatest idea ever.
There must be like 1,000 games on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, that would be quite an undertaking.
I think it has the most, besides maybe the Wii.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's part of the appeal, I think.
The other thing is,
it would
PS2
literally
games
go
are
on
pretty
for
long.
like 10 years straight. If you did one every week.
I think he did the calculations where like he would be finished within in over 70 years if he did a video a week.
Yeah, because a lot of these games are like 50-hour RPGs.
Yep.
Yeah.
He just recently finished a video of like a tactical RPG, and I think it's his best video he's made so far. So if you're interested, then yeah, check out his review of Eternal Poison.
Eternal Poison.
Yeah.
I'm
Sounds
surprised
familiar.
I've never heard of that, because tactical RPGs were my favorite genre back in the PS2 era.
It was like a late release. I think it came out in like 2006 or 7.
Okay. Neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Continuing on the idea of like 100% completing my shelf, I have had a like list of every game that I could conceivably play at any time, which is like all the games I physically own, all the games that are downloaded on my PS3 and PS4, all the games in my Steam and Epic Games libraries and all that. And I'm like, sometimes I just go to that list and I look at all of the things. I've like organized it so that I can search by release date and stuff like that. And I've always wanted to like complete all of them, just because it sucks to have things purchased and never played and never done anything with, even if they suck and I would not like them. I just want to say I did play them.
You need to get blood out of that stone.
Yeah, I feel the same way. A few years ago, I started an account on Backloggery. I think it's backloggery dot something. So I've been keeping track of everything I've finished and need to finish on that site, and it's pretty useful to that end.
Yeah, like making reviews is a good, like it's a very good concept that we review every PS2 game, because it's just like a very good, excuse to play a lot of PS2 games that you would have never given a second thought. Like, I'll get round to that like 40 years later.
Yeah.
It's turned to dust, and you've also turned to dust. So it's like
it does seem a little bit unrealistic, though.
Yeah. Oh, the iconography of the channel is supposed to be like Sisyphus pushing the boulder up the hill.
Yeah.
I
So
see.
like in that,
very clever.
I think the point, the idea of the channel, at least from my lens, is that it's like everyone is aware that this is like impossible, but you want to see how far it can go anyway.
I mean, the right thing to do, if you wanted to actually complete it, would be to have like a team, and certain people only play and review certain games, and you would have.
That's kind of how this started. It was
you gotta crowdsource it,
because me and a couple of other friends were supposed to also do reviews. In fact, if you go like early into the channel's life, you can see that there's a couple of other people reviewing the games. Like I made a review on Unreal Tournament for the PS2 on there, and I think I also reviewed this game Orphan Scion of Sorcery.
Yeah, I've played that.
I know that one.
It's not good.
Yeah, that was one of the first ones I got for the PS2.
It was a launch title. So and like that was the idea, that like we all pitch in and make like reviews. It's like a collective thing, but like we just kind of all sort of fell off, except for Null. God bless him. He's the only one who's really kept the torch alive. I just kind of wanted to focus more on like the main channel stuff, but I'm definitely open to making more for his channel, because because I like the concept so much, and I would love to ride his coattails when he gets popular.
That's how you do it.
I think somebody has already done this idea for NES games, probably, which is a lot more doable.
I think
it was Devu. It was Devu. She was
She had the idea to let's play every NES game, and then they had a few episodes where they did Let's Plays, back when Let's Plays were a thing everyone was doing.
Remember Let's Plays games?
And
she had like a big master file of every NES game, and she would just play one for like 5 minutes and be like, okay, got it, next one.
Okay, this sucks, or this is fine, but I get it, and it's like per episode, there was like, I don't know, 3 or 4 they would do, because like Devu actually wanted to like she wanted to structure it in such a way that it could actually be feasibly completable, but I don't think they got very far, even though they were only doing a few minutes on each game.
Well, there is a Let's Player I've been watching.
Devu's brother. I remember I think I remember that Devu's brother was really annoying. or some, maybe it wasn't her brother. Someone was really annoying and would like yell, and I found it very off-putting.
Is that the brother that like broke a hole in her door one night or something?
I don't know that story, but maybe.
I remember her talking about it on the PCP a long time ago.
Oh, Nest Quest. Nest Quest was what those were called. And someone would yell, and I hated them.
We need a reboot, clearly.
Well, there's a Let's Player I've been following for over 10 years now named Zeta Plays, and he's been trying to play every single Super Nintendo, NES, and Genesis game ever made.
Damn.
How far?
He's been doing it for a while.
Gone?
I think he has around 10,000 subscribers now.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a lifelong endeavor.
There's this other guy who makes who makes like retrospective videos. His name's Jeremy Parrish. He has this. Yeah, he has this he has these retrospectives called like NES Works, Game Boy Works, and all that stuff. And like the point of them is to chronicle every single game. And he has like a lot of production value behind him because he's like one of the guys behind like Retronauts.
He used to work. I think he used to work for OneUp.com or something, right?
Yeah, so he's like
I used to be a big
like
fan
legit.
of that site.
And he's done like all sorts of other retrospectives. Like he has covered every single Virtual Boy game. Like he just spent like a year doing all the Virtual Boy games, which admittedly it isn't much, but it's still they're great videos. I'd recommend them.
I did the same thing on my website. I reviewed every single Virtual Boy game one year.
Oh hell yeah! Even like the Japanese only ones.
Yeah, and I also reviewed some of the prototypes that were never officially released.
Oh yeah. The Virtual Boy is like weird because it's
Wait. I swear I've seen a video from like the gaming historian, and I think he went over every Virtual Boy game, and there's like 8 of them. Am I crazy?
I think there's like 20 something, but there really isn't a lot.
Yeah, I think there's around 16 to 20 something. Probably around that much.
It's it's not as impressive as reviewing every PS2 game, but a lot of these Virtual Boy games aren't that great, and
yeah, that's the entire reason why I reviewed all of them, because I figured there's not that many of them. Might as well just do them all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Angry
for all the like 8 people that still own a Virtual Boy.
Yeah.
God, why is completing things so fucking satisfying?
It just feels so fucking good. It's in our bones.
Just, even if it would never happen, the idea of somebody cataloging all video games, like there's too many. There's too many of any one console for one person to play in a reasonable amount of time, and then also talk about them. But the idea is just so tantalizing.
I love it.
I want to do it all the time.
I think part of it is the idea that like for the viewers, like, oh, eventually he will review or they will review the game I like, and I can't wait for that. Whereas like the person making them or whatever, it's just a good way to have like a structured channel and like a body of work, right?
Yeah, it gives you plenty of content.
Yeah.
But YMS, Your Movie Sucks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know him.
He does the videos of like best movies of X year, And his gimmick is that he watches every single movie that came out in that year, which is why they're so late.
And they
they come out years after. But
they
like,
come out like years late, yeah.
And
that's crazy.
But like that gimmick is why I really am hype for those, even though I don't care about basically everything he talks about. I don't care about movies. I don't care about all of the art house films. It's nice to know. It's just nice to know that he has watched everything from that year, and this is his favorite of that year.
I find YMS's taste in movies a little dumb, honestly. I don't know if I really agree with him. I think he likes some things that I like, but there are definitely some movies that he likes that I think are stupid.
Have you ever? I'm gonna open a can of worms with this. I can tell.
Nice.
Have you ever seen Anomalisa?
I have not.
It's like a stop motion. I think stop motion like puppet movie by
Is it? Who's it by?
Charlie Kaufman, I think.
Okay.
It's also written by like one of the guys who did more oral. And that's like one of YMS's movies, like favorite movies ever. And I knew this, and I was recommended it, like I think last month or so to watch it, and I watched it, and I was like, I could like kind of see why people like it, but it definitely was like not for me, and I feel like that's the case for a lot of Adam's tastes.
Yeah, but it's like,
but I respect it, you know.
Despite not having the same movie taste or even caring so much about movies, it's the completionist aspect that really gets me interested.
Like knowing the fact that he has seen every single movie, it kind of puts the list up on a pedestal, right? Like even if you don't agree with his taste.
It's certainly an interesting idea, but kind of crazy.
Well, yeah, I kind of wanted to do the same thing for like playing all of the games from a certain year, or at least all of the ones from a certain year that I own already, because that's too many games come out every year for that to even happen. Like the idea of it is just like, I could do that. Like I play every game that I own that was released before I was born. That could be a fun project.
Yeah, that's cool.
Just something like, it's like pointless. It's pointless and it doesn't mean anything because it's only for me to like check boxes, and like I just is autistic.
Well, if it makes you feel good.
You just described all human endeavor.
Oh no.
If it makes you feel good, then it's not that pointless.
Do you like the completionist?
I say pointless to distance myself from it so that I don't have to admit to anything.
So
I don't have to admit to liking something.
I figure you might like the what's his name, Gerard something, the completionist.
Gerard Khalil, the completionist. I have watched some of his videos, and I think there was something about him.
He's very standard, particularly game reviewer. Yeah,
he was his gimmick of completing a game 100%. I've always felt like it wasn't. It was sort of false advertising in a way.
Yeah.
It's more of a marketing gimmick than it is an actual thing he does. Because he technically completes the game, but what he says is basically a simple review about what is the game and how it's good or bad. And he, it's just very standard.
And
I wanted him to go into like how
review.
difficult it is to complete the things. I don't know.
It feels like he doesn't go into his gimmick enough. Like he leans too closely into like just standard game reviewer instead of being like I think he has like his own. Last I watched him anyway, which is a long time ago, he had this like his own like section just devoted to the completionist part. But that's like only a piece of the video. The rest of the video is just a review. And I think a channel that leans more into that completionist gimmick, it might not be as popular, but I think it's more compelling.
He probably just does it for the marketing purposes to make it like an interesting gimmick.
He seems like a cool guy. Like I remember a few years ago, like he used to have a partner that worked on videos with him, and his partner like left. And he also, like, when he left, he was like, yeah, you need to take down all of the videos I was in because I don't want them on the channel anymore. And he was like, and he, like, complied, even though he really didn't have to, because that's such a stupid request to make. But, like,
I think his name was it Greg?
Yeah, Greg. That was his name.
Yeah, I heard about that. It was kind of like another JonTron situation.
It kind of was. And I might be misremembering things because this was a long time ago, and I'm not like a huge completionist head. But that's
Well, at least it wasn't. At least it wasn't a Ronnie from Game Theory's situation.
I don't even know who that is. I only know
it's the guy who killed himself.
Oh fuck! Okay.
The original editor of Game Theory who killed himself. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And he was the guy who made Oh, he had his own series on the channel. Side quest, digressing and side questing.
I never knew about that one. But you know what was kind of sad about from my perspective, anyways, what was sad about Greg leaving the completionist is that there weren't very many comments being sad about it. Most of them actually were like, good, I'm glad he's gone.
That's kind of awkward. That's always kind of awkward.
Why would they be glad he's gone?
Because for some reason,
didn't really like him.
It seems like a lot of the comments didn't like Greg even when he was on the show, and they would constantly complain about him. So when he left, a lot of people were happy.
So he was kind of the Ben Saint of the whole.
Yeah, basically.
So wait, did he leave in a huff, or was it something else?
Yeah, he left in a huff. There was a problem.
He actually
I don't know the details of what happened, but I think he was upset he wasn't being paid enough or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Again, I don't know the details exactly, but from the situation, Gerard really came out of it looking like the bigger man.
Yeah, but it's still kind of I still kind of feel bad for him because when John left Game Grumps, everybody was really sad that he left. But when this guy left the completionist, it seems like nobody cared or nobody was sad about it.
That is kind of sad.
Yeah.
So the fact that nobody was sad actually kind of makes me sad about it.
That just means you have empathy, GamersTavern.
Yeah.
Oh, there's this guy.
We need more men like you.
This one guy, similar to the completion. Well, not really similar to the completionist, that I watched, called Lord Cat. With a K.
Wait. Okay, I know Lord Cat only from
I had a chance.
the down the rabbit hole about a spoonie. That's the only thing I know about.
I haven't watched that video, but he's that guy with the glasses person. I don't know much about him personally, but his review show that he had was called...
You got a small dick and you're fucking afraid of it.
Yeah, epic.
I was going to interview
his show was called Until We Win, and it was strangely compelling. I don't think he was very popular, but his videos were like, he takes a really difficult game like Battletoads or something, some old NES game, and he details his like struggle and strategy and eventual overcoming of obstacles to complete the NES game, no matter how difficult it is, and we're gonna play it until we win, and then like rock music plays. That was his intro.
That's Game Center.
That is kind of like Game Center.
Yeah, it's basically the same idea.
It's a good premise.
It is. I enjoyed that because it's
a good premise if you're bad at games.
Yeah.
Well, he was quite good at games, as far as
if you're a pro gamer, then like then that's like no gimmick at all. Yeah. Like, of course you'll win.
The thing is that
he would play like games that would stump other people and be like like really annoying, and no one would ever go through getting through this. Like Pumpkinhead, I think he played, which is like this early PC or something 3D game that had like a lot asked of the player in order to complete it, but he did it, and it was like, oh, that's cool. That's what I wanted out of the completionist, more of that sort of that hype moment, but it was very sort of clinical and uninteresting.
Kind of milquetoast.
Yeah.
I think one of
the reasons
a little
bit of false advertising.
Yeah. I think one of the reasons why Lord Cat never really got that big is because like his personality is like really abrasive, and you can tell just from like watching him for a short while, but it's not like it's not abrasive in like an endearing way like Spoonie's was. Where like Spoonie is like abrasive, but he's also pretty funny too, so you can kind of like take it in stride. But like Lord Cat almost feels like too mean in a way.
Well, cat's a brute. Spoonie's like a witty snark.
Yeah, he's like Spoonie is.
You're
like
a
the
loser.
bard.
You're a loser. I'm sorry. That's the only. It's funny that you describe him as like being aggressive, because the one thing that I've ever heard of him is his his furious rant about how much he hates Spoonie.
You and that idiot Joe.
But that's a coincidence.
It's good stuff. The ancient lore behind all that stuff. I don't know.
What? I guess, is that it? Is that all we have to say about what were we even talking about?
Has anyone heard of the pissed off video gamer? Does anybody know that guy?
Just sounds like
sounds pretty familiar.
It's very generic. I think that might not.
Is that a real person?
Let me check. It's this incredibly obese guy that was like clearly inspired by the Angry Video Game Nerd.
I think I've heard of this.
And he is.
I thought you were joking.
I know the irate gamer.
He's worse.
Wow. Wait, pissed off gamer is worse than the irate gamer?
Yes, it's more of like a lolcow situation than it is like a content creator.
Wow,
I think I've heard of this guy. I just always assume with stuff like this that he's like that it's like supposed to be satire. Maybe that's just me like protecting myself. But
maybe the thing with this guy, he's just kind of funny. He's made this video about the Nintendo Shitcube, and he basically, I don't want to be too mean, but he's breathing heavily and he clearly doesn't know how to speak very well. And the whole review is just him sort of like saying, the Nintendo Shitcube is not good.
It sounds pretty, pretty good.
It
sounds like me.
I kind of love it. I kind of love listening to him.
It kind of reminds me of
sometimes
Francis.
He's trying to do like a bit, but it's hard to tell what is a bit and what is him. Because, I mean, he's not in the best way.
Reminds me of, what's his name, Boogie, when he used to do those Francis things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but like actual.
I think he still does that. Oh my god. Is this real?
This guy? I think he is this.
Is this being serious? Okay. This isn't even like that early. This looks like it would be from like 2007.
Well, this is a re-upload.
It is. This is a re-upload.
Oh, okay.
So like if it's that early on, I'd not to say that satire wasn't invented until like 2010 or anything, but I think back then there were a lot more people like genuinely trying stuff like this.
Yeah.
But you should know that Maddox invented satire in 97.
Oh, true. I forgot about that.
Did he? I forgot.
So I guess
did he
the
say
timeline
that or
adds
something?
up.
Yeah. This was him, actually.
Wow.
He lost a lot of weight, and
good for him.
Yeah, good for him. I'm just watching. Oh god. Oh no, this is depressing.
And the reason I call it the Nintendo Shitcube is that it's a piece of fucking shit.
That's pretty good.
He's telling it like it is.
Gib, you should just make like a parody of this video.
Nah. I can't do the voice. Not nearly as good as other people.
Well, first you have to get really fat.
I gotta pack on the pounds.
Or just buy a fat suit.
Commit.
No. You gotta be authentic.
Method act as the pissed off video.
That's called production value.
I gotta get a really shitty camera. I gotta get a terrible mic.
Just scour the
all
internet
of it.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
I gotta painstakingly recreate his room as it appears.
Well, I mean, you were saying that you cleaned your room, and his room's pretty clean looking. So you already got that down.
Yeah, his room's not too bad.
I can't even understand what he's saying.
Come to think of it, I've never seen Gib and Pissed Off Video Gamer in the same place at the same time.
True. I think we're on to you.
Really
Gib.
makes you think. Well, I mean, where's your
Defend
proof,
yourself.
huh? Where's your proof?
Burden of proof lies on you.
Slams desk. Objection. Evidence, please.
No,
You
you.
need to proofread your proof.
No, you. She can't do it. She can't defend herself. She's got nothing.
Looks like we won
She's
this
on the
argument,
ropes.
then.
Going for the kill. Kill her.
Stop killing me.
Kill her. Now.
You would like that, wouldn't you?
I would like it if you stopped killing me.
Stab.
No,
You'd
this
like
is
it if I
worse
stopped stabbing you.
than being in hell. This is terrible.
Oh, you want me to stop executing you? Sounds like someone who's guilty would say.
You've walked right into our trap.
You've walked right into our guilt.
Life is a cage and death is the key.
That's a good one. Where'd you find that one? Would you come up with it yourself?
I think I got it from a real cool person.
Hey, Gib.
Yeah?
Fuck you.
Okay.
Fuck your
I'll get
whole
right
country.
on that. No.
Fuck your whole country.
I mean, yeah, sure.
All right? Piece of shit. VAT tax. It's bullshit.
Oh yeah, that is. I hate it so much.
It's so shit. Let me just complain about this. So I get done sending out all the RFCK Kickstarter stuff, and it turns out, and you alerted me of it, and I guess this is just a UK thing, and maybe there are some other countries that do it too. But because of the import VAT tax, it costs so much to just fucking. For you, I already paid the postage to send the package to you, and it just costs you like $60 fucking just to merely accept it, to just have it be delivered to you, even though it's already there. And
I don't really understand why it's
I don't
so
get
much.
it. And I'm pissed off because I already charged a small like shipping fee for anyone outside the country. So I said to everyone in RFCK, like, if you have to pay this, I will cover it. I will cover it out of the funds because I already charge you for shipping. The other one, Cola, the one that made the biggest order, she got. It's gonna be like $150.
Jeez.
Or it's like over $100 fucking just for her to like accept her fucking package. And I'm so fucking pissed at the government. Fuck the government. Huh?
Oh, agreed.
So wait, was the how much was my pin amount like? Because I think it was because of how you labeled the value of the items, and they say, oh, if we're trading valuable goods, we're gonna have to take money from you for that.
I don't remember, like, I think your pledge was like $70 or something.
Yeah.
And so I don't remember like how much was like, look, I get to the post office thinking that I'm just gonna send these packages, and they're like, no, you have to fill out a form, you have to fill out a customs form, and I'm like, okay, and I'm in line, and there's people waiting behind me, and they're looking at me, and like I'm holding them up, and like I'm sweating, like I'm actually like sweating standing there. I'm just like frantically trying to fill these customs forms out to just get my shit sent in the mail. I don't even remember what I put for the value. I probably just like put like. I probably just picked a random fucking number and put it down there. Maybe I put like $100 or something. And
probably should have put $1.
I should have. Yeah, I should have. Because I thought that putting a higher value would maybe like insure the package for more, and I thought that would be covered by postage, but it's not. It's just them asking for the value is literally just like how much should we extort out of the person you're sending this to because you're sending it to them. But I didn't know that's why they were asking, or I would have undervalued. I think I probably overvalued it, and I don't know. It's gonna cost me an arm and a leg, but whatever. Live and learn, I guess. Piece of shit. Never tell the government the truth. That's what I've learned.
Preach.
They will use it. They will use the truth against you.
Oh, speaking of the government, I gotta do my taxes soon. I keep thinking about it.
Oh yeah.
Keep thinking about that old document thing.
Really? You have to do your taxes at the end of the year? We have like 4 months to do them.
Well, they said you got until the end of January, but you may as well do it now. So I'm like, yeah, I guess I may as well do it now.
You have until April.
Isn't
I still haven't paid my taxes from last year because they were due in April, but I got an extension to October.
Didn't everyone?
Then I had to apply for it, but it was
okay.
like very easy to apply. I literally just like clicked a button and they were like, "Yeah, you've been approved." No, there was everyone got an extension till like June or something,
Right,
but then there was like a further extension that I applied for till October.
Oh, that's interesting. I think for me, they said, yeah, you don't have to pay taxes for 2020. We just like
you're off
don't
the hook,
do that,
Gib.
and then
Just you.
No, not for 20. Well, those are my 2019 taxes.
Whatever. The one that like
Oh.
they're saying you just for the tax year of something to something, you don't have to pay that one, but you do need to pay this next one. So I'm like,
Was that because of like a COVID relief thing?
I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah.
God fucking damn it! Why is America so shit? Why is America such fucking dog shit? Holy fuck! God damn! I have to pay like $2,000 fucking in taxes for 2019. It's a nightmare.
I get money
Jesus
back.
Christ!
I love doing my taxes.
Oh my god!
But that's
So
because
easy.
I love
when you're
doing my taxes
self-employed,
when
taxes are the worst fucking thing in
I
the
think
world.
when you're
I love doing my
self-employed,
taxes
you
when it ends
get
up-
screwed in taxes more.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad.
I like doing my taxes when it turns out that I don't have to pay them. It's like I can write everything off. Oh, that's nice.
You love to see
Yeah.
it.
Taxes are very taxing.
That's why they call
True.
them
I
that.
have to.
It's true.
I had to pay a ton. I had to pay a ton in taxes. I'm hoping I'm gonna claim like so many deductions. I'm gonna claim like every fucking deduction from all these Kickstarters and stuff. I don't know. I'm hoping to have a lot to write off.
I think I
can
don't
you
know too much about this, but I think in order to get around this issue when you're self-employed is to start an LLC.
I don't. Oh god.
Haven't y'all talked about making the PCP and LLC like a while ago?
Yeah, somebody floats the idea every once in a while, or they used to back before
everybody left.
everyone just,
I feel like
everyone just left for no
I
reason.
feel like the only person who would have done it hasn't been on the podcast in 5 months. So
Nate would bring it up occasionally. I think
Digi's
Tom would bring it
idea
up.
or something.
Yeah. Digi mentioned it once or twice, but none of us knew how to do it. So
Who
it
cares
just,
to learn? Because it was like, I gotta think.
the idea would come up. One of us would be like, that might be a good idea, and then that would be like it.
It was mostly
no
just
fucking
the
clue.
idea of like, oh, if we're all gonna like move in to the same area to do making videos and all that funny stuff that will never happen anymore, maybe, then it would be handy and very much like smooth the process over of like me coming to America if it was an LLC that could hire me on.
yeah, you get a work
rather
visa.
than me having to like get an immigration something or other.
There's another podcast I used to listen to years ago that had a similar plan to get someone from Australia over to California on like work visa.
Was it Game Grumps?
No, it was
Australia to California.
It was like
I thought it might have been Ross.
Is that a
Ross
Yahtzee?
O'Donovan did do that, yeah.
It wasn't Yahtzee.
I'm convinced. Have I said my conspiracy theory that Ross and Holly's marriage was just a green card scam?
I think you have back when like the Pro Jared stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I heard you say that.
Was Holly Canadian?
Is Ross Canadian?
She sounds a little bit.
I don't.
Wait, did Holly? No, Holly lived in like Portland. Ross, I think, and Ross was living in America, so no, Holly was American.
Can you like stay in the U.S. if you on like green card if you divorce your American husband or wife? Why not?
I
right?
think if you've been here long enough, you can probably
apply for like citizenship.
do something. I don't fucking know. Maybe there's like a timer.
Clearly, it's possible to do something like that because people appear and they stay.
People appear.
Well, I think in order to apply for citizenship, you have to have been living in the country for a certain amount of years, but I'm not sure how many years that is.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like if he had been here with Holly for long enough, that would, even if they got divorced, that might make it possible. I don't know how it works. Seems plausible.
But
okay.
The U.S. is one of the easiest place to get citizenship, and as far as I know.
Wait, what? That can't be true.
I know the test.
It's-
the test you take is apparently really, really easy. Like it's just like, when was America founded? Who is the first president? What colors are on the flag? Stuff like that.
When was America founded? Oh, July 4th.
1997, when Maddox invented satire, he created the United States.
Yeah, exactly.
As a joke.
As a bit.
He did both sides of the war.
Yeah, that's centrist Maddox.
I remember the bit from that episode of The Simpsons where Apu is applying for citizenship, and they ask him like, what was the Civil War fought over, and he gives like a very like nuanced, like detailed answer, and the guy's just like, please just say slavery. He's like, slavery it is, sir.
It makes it a lot easier.
Just say slavery.
It's possible that citizenship in U.S. has gotten harder now, or maybe easier. I'm not sure, but
I can't imagine why.
It's not. Yeah, it's not easy because it's a whole fucking thing. There's like a million fucking people that want to come here and get citizenship but can't, and there's a million fucking people.
I didn't say it was
that are
easy.
living
I
here
just
on
said,
expired green cards that
it's easier than in most other countries, because a lot of other countries are really difficult to immigrate to.
I've heard that Japan is particularly difficult to get into, like to stay forever.
There might be some countries where it's harder, but like
the UK is quite difficult as well.
Commenters, please don't take this discussion too seriously. We're not informed. Yeah,
we're just...
Don't go writing an essay.
I don't really know.
No. Take all of us what we're saying and then like repeat it and then assume that.
I really dislike what Ben said in this episode. He really needs to stop running his mouth about things he doesn't understand.
I need to do more of that, if anything. I need to be bolder
I didn't look up
with
anything,
my stupid opinions.
It could be wrong.
No, you couldn't be wrong. It's impossible.
No. Don't say that. You can't. Yeah, on the PCP, we're never wrong.
On the PCP, you fake it till you make it.
Oh, true.
You say
but
it's.
It does make sense that the countries
you just
that,
say it. That's what the PCP's motto.
It does make sense for the countries that have a lot of social programs to have tighter immigration laws.
Social programs? We don't have those.
Well, I mean countries that have like socialized healthcare.
So I guess it should be easy.
That was a joke.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Lamau. Dab.
Yeah.
Japan, I think they just don't like non-Japans.
Yeah. And I mean, who can blame them?
Yeah, like they want people to come in. They don't want to like dilute the manga industry with like the wrong types of drawers, the wrong types of cartoonists.
We've all seen what happens when white people take over, so you don't want that shit.
If your Japanese older brother broke his knees, do you still call him Nishan?
Wouldn't it be Nissan?
Yeah, it was Nissan.
I thought you said Nissan. Sorry.
He
Dude,
did
Nissan. It's like your
like the
brother's car.
Yeah.
Like the car.
Oh,
exactly.
This is all coming together.
I'm gonna go pick up my Nissan in my Nissan from the airport.
Woo. Excuse me.
Oh, I'm loving this.
You're
excused.
How about eBay? You guys.
eBay?
How about it?
You guys been on eBay lately?
I've never been.
Never?
Actually, eBay is where
I don't really look at it.
saw.
Before Amazon, eBay was the place to go to get things on the internet.
I remember way back.
I saw a lot of stuff on eBay, like my entire gaming collection.
I was, because my tablet broke. Actually, yeah, my tablet broke. I mentioned this before. And so I needed to get a new one. And I was looking for it on Amazon, and it's like $1,000 on Amazon. But like this is an old ass model, so it should not be that much. So I went on eBay and I found it, and I had not done this for years, but I haggled. I fucking haggled. Oh. And you know what? I came out on top. Like a month ago, I went on eBay and I found an item for sale, and I was like, that's a little too much. I think I can squeeze more out of you. They were asking $175 plus $65 shipping for this tablet, and I was like, fuck you. So I made an offer. I've never used this feature on eBay before. I made an offer for like $125, and they were like, No, they made a counter offer that was like 165. They're like, oh, I'll shave a like, no, fuck you. So I made a counter offer. Okay, 135, and they just flat rejected it. They didn't even make a counter offer, and I'm like, oh no, I've lost
You
it.
played too hard to get.
Well, at the time, I go back on yesterday. The item's still there. It's been up for a month. This person is fucked. This person is in dire straits. They're desperate. I can use this. I have the leverage now. I have the upper hand. So I make another reply, $145. Bam, approved. Got it. Shaved $30. It's a clean $35 off of the asking price.
You'd love to see it.
Fuck you, whatever your name was.
I haven't used eBay much to buy stuff, but I use it a lot to sell things, and it's a pretty good way to sell your games. Way better than GameStop.
Definitely.
I guess I'll have to sell my current tablet as is for parts and probably get like $50 for it. Probably literally pay more to ship it than I would even get for it.
It's like a Cintiq, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, damn.
It is. It's the oldest model. It's literally the oldest model.
What's wrong with it again?
It as far as I can tell, the only thing that's wrong with it is that the screen simply doesn't work. Which is pretty bad. Hypothetically, if you could fix the display, it still works fine. Like it still like receives input and like knows when you are like, you know, moving the cursor on it and stuff. It's just the screen doesn't show anything. So if you could fix that, then it would work. But like, it's such an old model that the Wacom doesn't service the model anymore. And I think it would probably take, because it's so old, I think it would probably cost more to repair than it would just to fucking replace the thing. It's probably just fucking good. Go in the trash. I don't know.
Well, whenever I
couldn't bear to put it in the trash. It would just feel terrible.
Whenever I sell stuff on eBay, I don't like shipping to anywhere outside of the U.S., so I avoid...
Yeah, because they'll send it to fucking UK. You send it to the UK and they put a fucking VAT tax on it, and it costs them $100 fucking to receive the package. Hey, fuck you, Andrew Yang, with your VAT tax, UBI. Terrible idea. Never gonna do it. Can't believe I own a shirt with your name on it. It's a mistake. It was all a mistake.
I gotta say, it was really funny seeing how fast you turned on Andrew Yang before the primaries or whatever, because there was like a solid I want to say like a solid couple, maybe like 2 months where you were Yang gang as fuck. And then I think Bernie started running and you were like, all right, never mind, this is just a bit. I was kidding, guys.
I owe Yang a lot. When Yang started running and I heard about the UBI thing, I was like, wait, what? I don't know. Just like that whole idea and having it be like seriously proposed like really got me thinking about like, wait a minute, public policy can like impact people in like a material way. What? Huh? And it just got me thinking like more seriously about issues, man.
Public
like,
policy
shit that matters,
can affect the public. Know? That's weird.
It's almost like you know, material conditions like affect society.
He got you on the public policy pipeline.
He did.
The PPP.
He did. He got me on the what's the like Marxist thing, like materialism, like dialectical materialism. Big word. He pipelined me to dialectical materialism, and it was fucking based. Thanks, Andrew.
Thanks, Andrew Yang.
Thanks, Yangus.
Thanks, Andrew Yang.
You should get him on the podcast sometime.
Oh, that would be fucking funny. Please get Andrew Yang.
Thanks, Yang. Thang.
We should get Biden on the podcast and see if he dies mid show.
Could you imagine?
Dude, imagine if we were the podcast where he fucking dies. He'd drop a lot of experience points, I think.
Yeah, I mean that'd be huge for the channel.
He's very high level.
Oh, the little Minecraft experience orbs. We suck them up.
You'd gain a lot of levels with that.
The PCP's XP bar would just fucking go skyrocketing for like 8 levels.
It would literally be like when like your level 5 Bidoof gets the last like quick attack on a Rayquaza or something, and it's just like
that was secretly the best inclusion to Pokemon was having a little experience bar at the bottom.
It's good. It's so much more satisfying. What did they add that like Gen 3?
Gen 2. Yeah, that was Gen 2, okay. I think.
Okay.
Now,
yeah,
now
well,
I'm just thinking
fucking great.
of like the idea, the concept that old people have more experience, so it's more worth it to kill them.
Well, yeah, they're like level 80.
They're high. Yeah, they're higher level.
Oh.
And also Biden's in like and spec'd into a high class, so that just adds even more experience.
Oh.
He's a prestige class.
True. Yeah.
He's got he's like a legendary like raid boss, you know? He's like a higher level instance. Or something. So he's a unique mob.
He's got like a gold, oh no, yes, silver dragon.
He's a silver fox
thing around his icon.
Not the word I would use to describe Joe Biden, but
you know, come on. I mean, come on. He's got that animal magnetism. You know, he's got that. There's something about him.
You think he's a furry?
He's just got that je ne sais quoi. He's just such a, you know, like we said on Shreddit. You know, he's you can look at him and you can tell he's a cake eater.
What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, what the fuck?
That's a weird thing to say.
This was a thing on the Shreddit episode. We tried to decode. They kept talking about people being cake eaters, and I'm pretty sure it just means like someone who enjoys life, but more specifically in the context of r/adultery, it means someone who has their cake and eats it too, i.e. is just like fucking living the high life, fucking their spouse, but also their AF or adultery partner, or sorry, affair partner. Sorry.
Wouldn't it be AP?
It seems like that subreddit really had an effect
AP.
on you.
It was very funny. It was very.
That's how
funny.
it starts.
It made me angry.
Starts out funny, then it gets serious.
I'll have to do a lecture. I'll have to do a lecture on the r/adultery lore. The thing about like they talk about like there's code where like, oh yeah, I was walking around in the parking lot with an upside down pineapple in my shopping cart, and everyone knows like that's a secret sign that I'm like on the prowl for an illicit extramarital affair.
This reminds me of like when those like,
Freemasons?
Pizzagate emails came out, or all these politicians are talking about getting like spaghetti with extra sauce and cheese pizza. Like what is with this like weird coded language?
I mean, wait, was that pizza stuff like?
I have no
clue.
Code? I have no clue.
Okay.
I'm not one of those people who like thinks that there's like.
I mean, I would believe that there was.
I
don't believe in the satanic pedophile ring. I mean, well, I do. I don't believe that it just is like only the Democrats.
Yeah, I'm sure they're all fucking kids.
They're all fucking kids and drinking blood.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, it's like Eyes Wide Shut. That's why they had to kill. That's why they had to kill Kubrick.
I thought you were gonna say Epstein, but yeah.
Well,
Kubrick
that too.
Yeah, I've never seen Eyes Wide Shut, but I can use my context clues to infer what it's about.
It's cool
that
movie.
It is a movie.
Yeah, it's a little flick. It's got Tom Cruise in it.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I know how much you love Tom Cruise.
I am a notorious Tom Cruise appreciator.
You're a real cruiser.
That's
as we like to call them.
Cruising for a bruising.
As we call it on r/the cruise. Fuck. What were we talking about?
Tom Cruise.
Something.
Oh yeah, love him. Okay, what else?
I don't know. I think, I guess I tweeted about, it's similar sort of like list making stuff, but I've been seeing a lot of Simpsons, classic Simpsons clips on YouTube recommended, and I've got into a big old thing, just clicking on those and being like, haha, I remember that bit. That was funny. And then an idea popped into my head, like, I've always wondered, like, how when The Simpsons gets bad, how does it get bad and how quickly? And I was like, what if I watched every episode of The Simpsons and I noted every time there was a joke with a punchline that it was like a joke that was good or a joke that didn't land, and then I went through every single episode in that way.
I understand. You mentioned this graphing thing before, but when you say it like that, it's like, oh, you're trying to like see exactly when the downfall was.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, this is a great question. I mean the general consent. It seems like the general community consensus is that the decline happens somewhere around season 10. Nine or 10. But there are some hardliners that say that actually the golden era was like up to season 3, and the decline actually started after that, and was only like fully completed around season 10.
Well, I remember the first time I hated watching The Simpsons was in the year 2000. I watched one of the new episodes that aired from the new season on Sunday, and I didn't like it at all, and I stopped watching after that.
2000 would have been like season 20... No, season 8... Season 12.
Something like that, yeah.
Which would be like post-peak Simpsons, but not like late Simpsons exactly. It would be like middle era Simpsons.
I remember. I think I've talked about this before in the show.
I have heard that it got bad, that it got worse before eventually kind of getting less bad in like the later seasons. That's what I've heard some people say.
Yeah, I've seen a few things like that. But I remember rewatching The Simpsons up to like season 12 or 15 or something, and I still was enjoying myself. I don't think it was like the later ones were like as good, and I can tell there was like a little bit of difference, but it didn't like piss me off as I was expecting some of the episodes to, like just based on hearsay, like, oh, you'll hate this one. I'm like, oh god, I don't want to hate anything, and I didn't. So I was like, yeah, I kind of want to go all through all of them instead of like stopping. But that's so much to do.
I think it's a really funny gimmick to have like this what sort of you might call like a scientific, like data driven approach to it.
Those red letter media videos.
Which
where, like
one?
Scientist Man discusses like Terminator or something. I'm trying to.
Yeah, but to have like a consistent like rule set that you are abiding by as you go through the thing. I think it's funny.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like there's no way I could like prove that a joke landed it's just whether I liked it or not, whether it was a good joke to me.
Yeah, that does sound pretty cool. I hope somebody does that to my stuff someday.
I think a challenge there would be like even like counting jokes at all, because like Simpsons will have jokes that are like jokes within jokes. So like
a punchline comes and then another punchline comes that you didn't expect, and then another one. It's like, oh, that's such a clever little writing thing. You think it's going to happen this way, and then it doesn't, and then something else happens, and it's like,
if you're pausing like every time there's a joke to evaluate like, did that land or didn't it, you're going to be like making a lot of fucking notes.
I know, it's such a stupid idea, and I just couldn't.
I suppose.
I just like. Part of me wants to.
Well, maybe you can practice on my stuff first before you move on to The Simpsons.
Yeah, I could. Those are very clear jokes.
Oh, for a while I was listening to, I think it's called Worst Episode Ever, the Simpsons podcast. And I fell off listening to it, and I don't remember why.
And it must have been the worst podcast ever.
Have any of you read the Dead Homer? Have you ever read, like, ever?
Just the Brubble.
Remember.
All right. Well, to give a basic rundown, reading is like when you look at these things called words, and there's a collection of words on this website called the Dead Homer Society, and
I've heard of this.
There's like a section on the website called like Zombie Simpsons, and it basically is like, it's like a novel explaining like when the downfall of the Simpsons happened. It sounds a lot like Gibbs' idea. I remember reading it like years ago. It's really good.
Wait a minute.
We got
okay, I'm looking at this page. This is exactly I think I've seen the Dead Homer Society. I've never seen this specific page, but like I really like this, and I'm definitely going to read it. It looks really interesting. Wait, but it's not okay. Are these like links in the middle are to like chapters?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Reading, but nobody does that anymore.
Has, like line charts. Wow.
It has charts. Where?
It even has charts in the first part.
Well, I would like to see. I like the
Okay, I'm looking at the first part. It's called. There it is. What is Zombie Simpsons? average stars. Okay, they didn't do it by jokes.
No,
but
they're
they
not doing it
did
by jokes. Gibbs is a lot more
rigorous.
I really like this banner.
Thorough.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's good. I like it a lot. The website itself is very like old internet in a certain way.
Yeah.
I remember the Zombie Simpsons thing being a really good read, especially as someone like myself who, like, by the time I was like watching like shows like The Simpsons was like long since bad. So I don't have like this attachment to the show that a lot of people do.
I've grown up with. I had the box set of season 2.
I am exactly as old as The Simpsons.
Wow.
So you're like the perfect age almost.
That's pretty lame,
much.
Ben.
Wait, what?
It's pretty lame. Being old is lame.
Cool.
Yeah,
no, it's cool.
He's right. It is kind of lame.
Nah, shut up. Nah.
Oh, you know,
it's funny
because
I grew up watching The Simpsons. I think I didn't realize that, like, even as I was watching them as a kid, the episodes I was seeing were already, like, 5 or 10 years old. I just kind of watched them and thought they were new, for a long time.
Yeah, I had the same experience.
Yeah. Same with the NES. The NES came out the year that I was born, and I didn't get one until I was like 5 or 6, and then like later I got a Super Nintendo a little later. I didn't realize that like by the time I got an NES, the Super Nintendo was already out. It was already obsolete, but at the time I just assumed that it was like new, and then like I found out later that the timeline was way different than I thought it was.
The NES came out in 1985. You were born in 85?
Wait. When did it come out in America?
In America, it was
85.
85.
Wait, am I stupid?
The Famicom came out in like 80.
The Famicom was 83, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that just makes my point even harder. Then is that
long since.
it was like almost a decade old when I got it, but I thought it was new, and I just kind of assumed that to be the case until like for a long, long time. Until,
your parents tricked you.
They probably didn't have to. I'm sure they didn't even have to lie for me to just assume. But it was just surprising to be like, oh wait, really? It was that old even then? Holy shit. Weird.
There was this other thing I was thinking of. I probably also stop me if you heard this one before. But
no.
Looking through The Simpsons and then adding up the day-night transitions and like time passing moments, so that you can accurately say how old Bart and Lisa actually are in like the canon of The Simpsons.
I have actually thought about that.
I feel like that's something Simpsons fans would have done. Like,
wait, what's the question?
The idea is like the show has been going on for a very long time. It's like, oh, Bart and Lisa wouldn't be that old, but I've always wondered, like, could you fit like all of the episodes into like a smaller amount of time than has actually elapsed in real life? Like, how old would they actually be?
There's a YouTuber called The Real Gyms who does Simpsons analysis like this, and he has some series called I think like the Simpsons timeline. It's like there's one about the past timeline, one about the present timeline, and about like and the future timeline. And I think it's in the present one he talks about it, and like I think like there's more. There's like Bart and Lisa have been 10 and 8 for all this time, but there's more episodes than there are like days in the year. So you would have like, for it to work, you would have to assume that like certain episodes are like happening concurrently with each other, like on any given day. Like the plot of I'm trying to think of the plot of one episode unfolds sort of in between the unfolding
and you would have to like
episodes.
cross-reference the characters to make sure that there's no like contradiction.
Yeah. There are contradictions though. The funniest thing is that like The Simpsons always takes place in the year when Bart is 10 and Lisa is 8, and yet like multiple different episodes have like the school year ending. Or like them going to summer camp and stuff, and it's like
pretty sure the show
Christmas
makes fun of this
stuff.
fact at certain points about Bart and Lisa's age, how they never age.
Yeah,
isn't one of the inconsistencies like the show started where Homer's dad was like a World War II vet, but now he's like a Korean War vet or something.
Or like a Vietnam,
Yeah,
something.
Yeah, something like that.
Because like the Simpsons is always happening in the current day, but the characters are always the same age. So like their past keeps like floating forward.
It's like if you really think about it, every single episode is a completely different universe where they're like a day, like a week older. Because it's
what
like
if Springfield is like in a time bubble.
But
true.
But there's a weird wrinkle to it where like Homer and Marge's I think their prom always happened in a specific year. And like like that like completely throws a wrench into it.
Well, no, that episode where they say that is like a different universe from the other episodes.
Yeah, true. It's
all not canon with itself, so. And there it's all makes sense.
Did you know that it's actually all just fiction and none of it even really happens?
What?
You know, like the Zelda timeline where like it splits after a certain point. There's like a point in The Simpsons where like Homer starts a band, Homer doesn't start a band, and that's where like the timelines diverge.
The B-sharps.
Basically.
Is it the B Sharps? Because there was the band. Because I haven't seen it, but I know that in a later season they do another like Homer and Marge like meet story that's set in the 90s.
Yeah,
and it's like a complete reimagining
band or whatever.
Yeah. And it like completely rewrites the history.
They're gonna do that eventually, where it's like Homer and Marge remember.
I hope they don't. I hope the show ends.
Where they reminisce their time where they met, where they were playing Fortnite. They met on Fortnite all those years ago.
Probably. During COVID-19.
Do you remember when
Homer subscribed to Marge's OnlyFans during the quarantine? Yeah.
Remember when you made Undertale, sweetie?
But it is weird how the world of The Simpsons still looks and feels like it's based on 90s stereotypes, even though they have newer stuff. Like, I watched one time an episode where they had, I think Mr. Burns was playing the Wii.
God.
It just looks weird. It's like you're seeing the Wii in the 90s.
Yeah, because like a lot of the character designs are like ironclad. This is what they are. I mean, they're pretty generic, just like clothing-wise, I guess.
I don't know if I agree. Like, yeah, like I don't like. Does the world look particularly 90s though?
I think the characters do. Like Homer is the stereotypical dad from the 90s, and their entire family is like the stereotypical 90s.
No, you're totally wrong. You're totally wrong.
I think the only thing that would be different now
is he's just wearing a shirt and jeans.
The only thing that would be different now is that all of these shirts would have like stupid text on them that sucks and isn't funny, and there would be nothing that doesn't have a logo.
Not in a sitcom. I mean. No, I think the character designs are timeless enough. They look fine in any era.
Yeah.
I mean, like people their house. I mean, people live in houses that were built like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, and like it's normal.
But there's definitely some characters that are extremely 90s, like the bus driver. Remember that guy? I don't remember his name.
Otto. Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
you know his accent, the way he dresses.
I guess
there's fucking like long-haired wastoids in every era. The specific music
like
he's talking about, maybe because he talks about music.
Yeah, he just talks like a '90s guy.
A little bit. Yeah,
that is. Yeah, I guess that's the most obvious one. I am like, what if like nuclear power in the future just stops and becomes obsolete in the real world? Will they change Mr. Burns and his nuclear power plant, or will that stay?
Why would nuclear
he runs
power...
a solar power plant?
I'm just thinking of stuff. I'm just thinking of things that The Simpsons has like very deeply ingrained, and then like in the real world could change. Could anything change, and then Simpsons would have to change to keep up? I don't know if there is anything.
I think they also drive the same car, don't they?
I guess that's more of like a meta thing, though, not necessarily.
Yeah.
Did they just
like the character himself?
Did they get rid of the character, or did they change the voice actor? I can't remember.
I think they recast him.
Okay. Well.
Did they? I thought they got rid of him.
I don't know.
Recasting him is probably the right thing to do. I don't know. I think if they.
I didn't see that there was much of a problem of it, but like.
Yeah. I don't think. Yeah,
I remember. I remember.
I understand why people didn't like it, but I do think that like Apu's voice was Hank Azaria, and like it's what do you do at that point? I don't know.
My take on that,
would it really have been a problem if they had just like not made a big deal out of it? I don't think it would have.
Yeah, I remember watching Hot Diggity Demons, the Apu That I Know video, which is a very good video, where he goes into like
it's
why
good,
Apu.
But it has some really cringy stuff in it.
There's a few cringy moments in it, and I think the thing that like I disagree a little bit on is like he knows all about Apu because he's a big Simpsons fan, and you know, if you look at Apu and you really understand everything that's going on with him, you realize that he's not like a negative stereotype, and it should be fine. The thing is that the people who it affects in like the playground, like not everybody notices the subtle joke of like subverting the negative stereotype trope of the immigrant who's like, I don't know. Well, he's not stupid or anything. He's like extremely intelligent and all these cool things. And that was what the show initially was doing, because it's like progressive in that way. It's always been a little bit progressive.
Yeah.
But the average person doesn't necessarily understand that, and they will still make fun of Indian people by comparing them to Apu from The Simpsons, regardless.
Okay. But imagine a world in which Apu was the same idea. He's like he's an immigrant from India, but you know, he's voiced by an Indian, and he's like, you know, he's all that and stuff. But he's otherwise like the same, you know, he's a convenience store owner, but he's got all these like things in his past that are interesting about him, and he's mostly the same character. Like you would still, I mean, it's such a popular show, and he's like such kind of a fixture of it. I mean, I feel like there's no way that you could avoid Indian people getting associated with this character who was like the only. You know, I feel like people would still make jokes about if they saw an Indian kid, they'd be like, haha, come again, because that's what the guy says, you know? It's come again is not like a really stereotypical thing, but it's just, that's the association because of this such a known character.
It's really just the fault of The Simpsons being so successful and so widespread that it's like, even if you, as a fan of The Simpsons, you can recognize that he's not a negative stereotype, you can't stop people from doing it when it's like on a surface level. They can see the similarity and they will say the things. So like I think both sides of the argument are kind of true. Like it doesn't matter you shouldn't try it shouldn't need to change, but I get that people would want it to be changed for that reason.
The problem of like, oh, people call me Apu, I don't know if there's any like way that could have been avoided. Other than just like not having an Indian in your show, which like that's stupid.
Yeah.
Like having an Indian voice actor wouldn't have changed that.
It wouldn't have. So it's like what is dumb, but I don't know.
It's kind of dumb. It's kind of dumb. I really think if The Simpsons had like simply not addressed the issue, I don't think they really would have had to change anything. Not that I think it's bad that they recast him, but like I don't think they had to, really.
It probably would have blown over.
It would have blown over.
As these things are to do.
Yeah.
Maybe people were just overthinking it.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm looking, and it says... I'm looking at Wikipedia. No, it says voiced by Hank Azaria 1990 to 2020.
Wait, he's still doing it?
Simpsons creator Matt Groening stated in August 2019 that Apu will remain on the show. So I guess they didn't. I guess we're just stupid.
Well,
they just didn't do any of that.
Beast.
I never really looked into it. I just heard about it. So no, okay.
No, it seems like they didn't do anything. Okay.
Well,
I thought they were going to do something, but I'm not sure if they actually did.
They might have said they were going to do something and then waited for everyone to stop listening and not do anything.
Oh, we're definitely going to care about what you just said.
Lol.
Not.
Yeah, but in that situation, they probably should have just not addressed it at all.
Yeah, the bit with like, you know, the bit where like Lisa's in bed and she's got the picture of Apu on the table.
God, yeah,
that part. It's so weird.
That is. I've seen that clip. It's embarrassing.
Wait, what clip? I don't know this.
It's hard to even describe because it sounds like a fever dream.
There was like a subplot in an episode that was totally not about anything in particular, guys. Although, well, I shouldn't say it like that. It was about the whole Apu controversy here. Let me see if I can find it. Where like Lisa is like talking to Marge, and they even like look at the camera when they're like talking about how like it's from a different time. There's nothing we can do about it. One of those. It was something like that.
They say that, and then
it was bad.
But they also like don't really say anything because she says like these issues will be addressed at a future. Some issues will be addressed at a future date, if at all. And then Marge like looks at the camera gravely and nods. And I just don't know what the fuck they were thinking. But I guess I don't know what the fuck they were thinking a lot of the time. Like, did you?
The thumbnail, it's like I feel like I'm about to get apologized to by.
Oh God! I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
It has like YouTube like apology energy.
It looks, you know,
this
what
is
it looks
just
like.
People talking
it looks
about
like
it. Never mind.
It looks like an Antunes video about like the characters are at their funeral.
Well, now you know why The Simpsons is bad now.
Yeah,
it's because of scenes like this, probably.
I guess you can't find the clip.
I also don't understand. I mean, it's similar to. Did you see the song, like the Donald Trump song with like the Squad?
I've not.
No,
this was during the
that,
Democratic primaries, and it ends with like a fucking like conga line of all the Democratic candidates like dancing, and it's so embarrassing. It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it does sound pretty embarrassing.
It's the Squad like doing a fucking musical number where they all like chase Trump around the White House and like wag their fingers at him and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, I'm trying to bumble my way around, and oh, I tripped over some stairs, and oh, I'm trying to get away from these women because I'm scared of them." It's a nightmare. It's just a nightmare. I feel like maybe I haven't made it clear in the discussion. I hate The Simpsons now, and I want it to fucking die. I really do.
Yeah,
I wish it had died a long time
I haven't
ago.
really delved into like.
I'm not a Simpsons apologist at all.
I haven't really delved into like the latest stuff, and I don't keep tabs on it. So, that sounds terrible.
I don't care if it's less bad than it used to be. It's trash, and it should be dead.
Like, I'm thinking of like what they would usually do when they wanted to make fun of a president or something. They would just have them be in an episode and say or do something evil or not evil, but like I don't know, like they've had Bill Clinton with Mr. Burns.
They would just have
them say a funny line that is like, "Oh yeah, we all know about that controversy."
Yeah, just like pop in for like a little like one-line gag or something. I mean, they had the episode where George Bush moved in next door.
Was it?
Which was just a big fucking I don't know.
But wasn't that one of the newer episodes that sucked?
It was George W. Then
No, it was George H.W. It was first Bush.
Oh, then that's the golden
You don't know
era.
that's the one with Two Bad Neighbors.
You don't know about one is
I think I've watched that. I don't really remember.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
George Bush really hates Homer and Bart, and so he does some mischief. He spray paints Two Bad Neighbors and like their faces, but he spray paints it on his own house so that they can see it like from across the street. And that's it. That's the joke. He spray paints his own house to get back at them.
Very clever.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why that guy was the head of the CIA.
I feel like that episode is kind of light on actual commentary.
It's been like talked about before, and I don't want to go too deep into it, but it feels like Trump just like broke a lot of like comedians' brains.
Yeah,
like, the reality of the situation is like almost too absurd to make jokes about.
The Simpsons is a comedy.
Thank you. Good night, everybody. Hope you had fun.
I saw clips of like the episode about voting where Homer goes to vote, and it was stupid. It wasn't as bad as the song, but it was really stupid.
Yeah, whenever I see
I saw the
clips
clip of like baby Bernie Sanders having his goons like beat up other kids on the playground, and I was like, this show needs to die. The show needs to die. This is
whenever I see clips of the newer seasons, I always cringe.
it's a nightmare. Honestly, I'm getting depressed.
It definitely wasn't based, that's for sure.
Definitely not based.
I don't think any show should go on for that long.
No.
It's been like what, over 20 years now?
30.
32.
Jeez.
32 years. Going on 33, baby.
That's ridiculous.
It's unacceptable. It's a thought crime. It's art crime is what it is. Make a new fucking show. Make a new fucking show, you cowards.
Wasn't that what Futurama was supposed to be?
Yeah, that's better in every way.
Especially in the way that it didn't go on forever and ruin itself.
It almost did.
Yeah, it does have that going for it.
And you could argue that like some of the Comedy Central seasons aren't as strong, but it did end before it got too bad. Yeah, I'd agree. There was there was another Matt Groening show from like a few years ago on Netflix.
Game of
like,
Thrones.
Disenchanted. Yeah, Game of Thrones. That was it.
I never watched Disenchanted.
Me neither. I heard it wasn't that
dumb.
good.
It looked dumb, and I didn't want to see it.
I remember when Futurama first came out, there was a lot of hype for it, and I thought it was going to replace The Simpsons. I thought The Simpsons was going to end. But that didn't happen.
The plan.
Yeah, back in the day, anything could have happened. But it didn't. Instead, nothing happened. Yeah, I remember being hyped for Futurama. Futurama was good, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't say that, like, the best Futurama is better than the best Simpsons.
That's kind of just the Zoomer in me talking, because I've seen way more Futurama than I've seen Simpsons.
Oh no!
The best.
Sorry,
of
I'm
the
a little
Simpsons
baby boy.
Simpsons is funnier than Futurama was.
Definitely.
Or like Peak Simpsons is funnier. Futurama has other things going for it. It's got more of like an arc, which is nice.
Yeah,
I guess.
it's more of a narrative show. The Simpsons is more of here's a concept and here let's tell jokes while we explore it for like 20-30 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, you know me, I'm a big fan of jokes.
What? Tell us a joke, funny man.
He has been the whole episode.
Yeah, make us laugh. Make us laugh, clown.
I couldn't think of anything unfunny to say.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Now what? Voicemails?
I can't think of. I don't really got anything else to say. Yeah, we can voicemail.
All right.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. It's been 2 hours.
Very based. Let me pull them up, and we will get to going. Right.
Okay. Not to sound green. How do you activate voicemail?
Oh, it's easy. You'll see. I'll just post it in the chat, and you just play it in the chat. It's fine.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. That's all there is to it.
That is easy.
Okay. Let me see. This one is called. Hold on. I gotta get back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. This one is called The Worst Accent. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Guys, the worst accent occurs either when Finnish people try to speak English or when Americans try to speak French. Like hearing Ben desperately trying to pronounce the words croque monsieur and croque madame was just embarrassing.
Wait.
I said I went at length after I tried to say that. I went at length, or maybe it wasn't then, but recently I went on at length about how I don't understand how French is pronounced, and I think it's a nonsense language.
Monsieur, Madame.
The sandwiches, the croque monsieur and croque madame.
Well, you're just doing like a I hate this person. This is their argument voice.
That's right.
Well,
what's your point?
In French.
The worst accent is whatever I've got, I guess.
What is your accent?
I don't know.
I always assume Midwest.
Gamer's accent.
Yeah, it's gamer. Well, there's not enough bad words in GamersTavern, so you can't be speaking like a gamer.
GamersTavern, you have a I don't want to say unusual because that sounds negative, but you have kind of an unusual cadence to your voice. Where are you from?
The U.S.
Can you be any more specific?
Don't press him.
Okay.
GamersTavern values his privacy.
Don't dox yourself, I guess. I guess if I had to guess, I would say Midwest.
I'm from You can say I'm from the south.
Oh.
Mexico.
Yeah. Is that why you
I
were
don't
talking
hear-
about green cards earlier?
I don't hear the South at all. I don't hear Southern at all.
Yeah, where I live, nobody has a southern accent, even though it is technically in the south.
New York.
Very mysterious.
South to me.
Hey, it's
Kind
somewhere, and that's all that matters.
It's south to someone.
Yeah,
Well,
everywhere is
the
south
word-
to Canada.
I don't know what a Finnish accent sounds like. He said the
I
worst
do.
accent is a Finnish trying to speak
What was
English,
his
and
accent? Was he Finnish? I don't
I just
think he
assumed
was.
that he was Finnish, yeah.
I think he was French because he took such issue with me mispronouncing French. But who knows?
He didn't sound
I
Finnish to me.
couldn't quite
but
tell.
I don't actually know what
couldn't
Finnish
quite tell
sounds
from
like. I know
his
what
accent.
Swedish people talking English sounds like.
I had
He
there was
didn't sound Finnish.
there was a
I
girl
know,
in my
but what
high
do I
school
know?
who was French, but she didn't have an accent or anything.
When I've like met French people, I don't know, like there's a very like sort of cartoony idea of like, oui, oui, monsieur, that like sounds very French. But when I've actually met French people and heard them talk, they don't sound like that.
They just
have like a
Things are not
they
like
have a much
cartoons.
they have a much less recognizable accent that I honestly have a hard time differentiating from like a German accent or something.
I mean, France is a very big country. There's probably multiple
Yeah.
dialects that they have. I know
like, sure.
a bit of.
It's like English, right?
Well, yeah, but English. No, yeah, I guess
You
it
got,
would be
like, got
quite
the
like
Manchester
English.
accent, like Sheffield.
Well,
and all that shit.
I've got relatives in Canada who speak French, but I don't speak French myself.
Ooh, French Canadian.
Croquembouche. That's terrible. That's awful.
Monte
That's just
Cristo.
god awful. Spaghetti alla meatball. That's Italian.
Oui, oui, spaghetti, por favor.
Oh, oui, oui.
Doing a
Spaghetti.
Mario impression.
Disavow.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Thank God for Brexit, because otherwise, they would be easily able to travel over to the UK and kill me. But no
Which they
longer.
would like nothing more than to do.
the PCP sleeper cells are on their way.
Okay, the next voicemail is called Dana Wilson. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
So my husband of 14 years is super bummed out. He had me do one of those Kawasaki scroll things and like the
Oh,
tiny
no.
like Kawasaki scrolls. But
What?
he just handed me like a piece of paper and said, "I need you to read this," and then threw the phone in my face. And so you guys only like did a second of it, and he was like, "I mean, I guess it was appropriate, but like I'm kind of bummed out." And so I feel really bad. I just kind of wanted to let you guys know that like we're happy it's over. If it's actually over, it's still really sad though. So if you could just, I guess, do a voicemail shout out. It took me, and you know what's funny is the only way that I figured out who you guys were, because I said, "Oh, well, what's the show thing that you like?" And he's like, "Oh, it's Procrastinators." The only way I figured out how to find this website was by entering Kawasaki Scroll.
What?
And
I don't believe
that's how
this.
I figured out what your whole podcast was called. So yeah, just shout out to my sad mopey husband. Oh shit. Oh, he's coming back. Anyways, yeah, just in secret letting you guys know. Okay, bye.
Yeah, that's epic.
I
This is
don't.
going over my head.
Do you get it, Gib?
Well, it's
That was
one of those samurai
something.
scroll things. There was a high pitched
Yeah.
voice, and we didn't.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I was there even, but I remember it. And
Was this from a voicemail last week?
voicemail last week or the week before or something? And at that point, the whole Kawasaki scroll ninja scroll thing was sort of played out, and we were kind of tired of it. So I think we may have
Definitely
skipped
run
it.
its course.
So I don't know.
That has not
Big
explained it.
Gomen Osai to
This feels like a hugely meta, like big brain, like step. That
This
I
feels like
can't-
part 1 of 6 of a new
I can't-
arc, and
I
I'm
can't
not.
follow
I'm
it.
I'm worried.
I,
Do you think
what's
someone
so
who watches
difficult-
the PCP has been married for 13 years?
Gib. Obviously I understand that this is connected to the samurai because it references the Kawasaki scrolls. But
Who could
other than
forget?
that, I do not understand how it relates at all.
We're
well,
gonna need a lecture on this samurai thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
the reason it's gotten so confusing is because I think, like, I'm still not even sure that there were multiple people trying to be the Kawasaki Scroll Ninja, like, cool, funny person.
Well, the samurai said last time that that's not true, and that it is
so
at
it's
least
like
mostly all one person.
So like this person who had his wife do a bit, and maybe wasn't the original, and he was trying to make it like, I'm gonna do this thing.
There's no wife. This is a fiction. You've been duped.
Huh?
I refuse to believe that this is someone's wife.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
At least in
How
this
can,
context.
Yeah, I'm not-
she's happily married.
How can
Why is that
PCP
the
fans
most
have
No,
confusing
no
this
one
part?
who listens to the PCP could be happily married.
And
Yeah,
watch
there's
the
no way a
PCP.
PCP fan would
Exactly.
be married.
This is
Shit.
Yeah. All right. Okay. It's too much. It's too
All
much.
right.
I can't.
Let's
take
just
it.
say
We got
let's just say the pineapple is upside down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there it is.
I hope so.
DMs
She
are
sounded,
open.
She
Dana.
sounded cute. She had a cute voice. So hit me up. Hit me the DM.
No, hit my DMs. I said pineapple first.
Kill Gib. Next one is called Wandering Through Dead Fandom.
Oh, this one's long.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go.
So I've been replaying some old video games that I never really got around to experiencing, and one of those games was Shadow of the Colossus. I played the PS4 remake, and I've run into a bit of a problem where the game's so good, and I really want to talk about it, but everybody's been talking about it for like 20 plus years or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so everybody knows everything about it. There's nothing that I can add to the conversation.
Yeah.
So I
feel this.
There's like a void in my soul of talking about something that's really cool that I just can't fill because nobody wants to talk about a 20-year-old game, you know? So I'm wondering, is there anything that you've experienced far beyond its popularity that made you feel that way, that left that pit inside your being of expression of passion? Also, Mr. Saint, I want to apologize. A few episodes ago, I was naive. I hadn't been up on the lore and such.
Okay.
And I just went ahead and sent in a voicemail about foreskin, and I want to apologize for adding to the.
You should.
We were doing so good.
I appreciate the apology. No,
abysmal beating of that dead horse.
Absolutely disgraceful. Yeah.
Have
a good day.
I'm beating.
My foreskin, just the foreskin though.
Well, I don't have that.
Ooh, damn, no.
So with regards to that, the only thing that comes close for me is I got into the Game of Thrones TV show well after it had been going, and I got like up to, it was like the last season was coming out, I think, or like the second to last season was wrapping up, and I was getting into the show, and I was learning about all the stuff that had been talked about 4 years prior to this, and I was like, oh, now I get what they were all talking about. But I didn't feel like an empty void in my soul. I don't know. It's fine to just talk about something to no one, isn't it? Just make a blog.
I think this person will find that that like, even if what they're saying isn't exactly new, fans of whatever will just like the fact that you're into it as well.
When I made the Sonichu lecture, I was like, this is all well-worn ground. Everybody already knows this stuff. Like,
but someone doesn't.
None of what I say is new. Yeah, but I really, like, that's true of, like, literally every fucking video on YouTube is someone, like, looked up some shit on Wikipedia and just, like, wrote it down and then, like, read it to you.
Preach.
Like, nothing is new, right? Nothing.
I'm having a similar sort of problem that he had, where like I'm coming to something so late. Like I'm working on a video right now, and I'm talking about like a bunch of like these like pretty old games that are critically acclaimed. But like at least I have like some sort of outlet to talk about that in like a YouTube video or whatever. For someone like this, I think just talking to your friends about it would suffice just fine.
Yeah, that's pretty good advice. I often have this issue because 99% of the games I play are either 20 to 25 years old.
Yeah.
So I have a friend I talk to who is also into retro games, and every once in a while when I play something, I'll just talk to him about it. And
I mean,
sometimes even when I replay stuff, I'll talk about it too.
Is this person like looking to like make content out of their talk about, or are they just like they just want to talk about it to someone?
I guess that's like they can't find a discussion to involve themselves in. That's a little different. But yeah, that's unfortunate. I feel though
I don't think they're a content creator.
This is why people will go and like be like and like make someone play a game that they like. It's just because I need someone to talk about it with. Like, oh, you never played? Oh, you gotta play. I gotta live my experience.
I'm pretty sure there are communities online dedicated to this sort of thing, like on Reddit or on various forums and stuff.
I just watched a video this week about like the search for the last secret.
It's like that Jacob Geller video, right? Is that who it is? I've heard of that video. Yeah, like Blue Point in the remake added in some sort of like urban legend thing that was talked about in the old Shadow of the Colossus.
Added a thing behind the door in the shrine of the small Colossus. Yes,
it's funny because they did the same thing in the Demon Souls remake.
Did they?
Yeah, there was like this hunt to find like what was behind some door that was added in the remake, and it involved like playing the game in like the new like mirror mode or whatever, and like finding these coins on the ground, giving them to the crow, and then you get like a key, and inside of the room is like the Penetrator's armor, which is like an armor set from that was from like a boss that wasn't in the original game.
It's really interesting. It's really interesting in the Shadow of the Colossus. There's really strong evidence that like a secret should be in this spot. Like if you hear the case laid out, it's like, yeah, it really looks like this is like a map that is pointing you towards something secret here in this spot.
It's kind of a lost art because there was a lot of stuff like that in games, like the Mew under the truck thing is. But
there's nothing
nonsensical.
Actually there. Yeah,
but like there is a truck in that area of the game,
and it's weird
only there.
And sort of
why is it there?
Yeah, exactly.
It's sometimes things get removed from games before they get released.
Yeah, there's these 4 points on the map, and there's references to intersecting points, and there's these 4 points on the map that just happen to be arranged in a perfect cross that makes a right angle with itself, and there's a shrine exactly at the intersection of that cross, and that shrine has this weird looking door in it that is not there for any discernible reason, and it's like, yup, looks like there's a secret here.
Yeah, that reminds me of
it
might be cut content. It reminds me of the door and Banjo-Kazooie and the ice key and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Fucking Cybershell did a video on like the stop and swoop stuff, and like that shit controlled my life for like a month. I was so obsessed with it.
I might only know about that because of Cybershell's video.
It's a good vid.
I've known about that since the game came out because I played it back then.
Yeah.
I wasn't an N64 kid, so I didn't have Banjo-Kazooie. But I know what you're talking about now.
It's just it was like such a cool idea for like a secret in a game, and it just like it never ended up truly being what it was meant to be, which is a damn shame.
Yeah. That ice key really kept me up at night back then.
It's a lost art nowadays. You can't really you can't really do the same sort of stuff that you could back then because of like the internet and internet and like data mining and whatnot. I think like the Binding of Isaac kind of tried to do something similar with like the Lost, but people like they fucking dug into the files and figured it out.
Data mined it. Yeah, I heard about that.
Much to Edmund's chagrin.
Yeah, but I mean, of course they were gonna do that.
I know. Yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of like when my my video got copyright strike. Like I'm upset, but I'm also I get it.
Yeah.
Technology is too strong.
We next voicemail is called Nate's holiday message. Okay. I don't know what this is. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hope you guys have a good holiday. Merry Christmas and all the other shit. Oh, you Jews. You and your Hanukkah.
Oh, God.
Come on, get a real holiday. Come on. I'll fight your Hanukkah with my Christmas, bro. Come at me. And have a good one. I don't know. See ya in the new year, suckers. Suck on my toes.
This feels like the bizarro version of that Jerma Thanksgiving message.
Oh, is that the one?
It's the one
mirror?
where it pans, with the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone look it up if you don't know what it is. You just watch it. Don't. I will say nothing further.
Jerma,
well, I guess we finally heard from Nate.
I can't remember.
All right, hang on.
I saw it this year. I don't know if it's from earlier.
He posted it like late Thanksgiving. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Jamie, pull that up. Yeah, all right, here it is.
Yeah, I've saw this on my timeline this year, and it was.
At first, I thought that email was someone like splicing Nate clips together, but I think that's just from a stream, or maybe like his podcast. I don't know.
I have no. Yeah, I don't remember that. Yeah, I have no idea where it's from. It might be spliced together. It might just be from somewhere. Maybe
it seems like something
Nate
would say on the stream.
Yeah, it does. Well,
so the only way Nate will be on the PCP is through voicemails, I guess.
But he would never stoop to saying it on the Pro Crastinators podcast, though. We have to get it secondhand.
It's a deep fake ass.
I think he put like cushions in there or something.
I was gonna ask, did he just stuff it, or
no?
Is it like an effect?
Was that part of his joke, or was that something someone else?
No,
did?
that's part of the original tweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I think Jerma's probably just had like a dump truck ass this entire time. We just never seen it.
Definitely. I mean, when would you have seen it?
Yeah.
How would you know? It's the big reveal.
I gotta start following Jerma985 on Twitter.
Jerma's fucking great.
He's so.
But y'all already
so good.
know that.
Yes.
I don't know anything.
That's just because you're stupid, Ben.
No, it's because you're. No, I don't know anything because you're stupid.
That's a good point.
Let me get the next one. Okay, the next voicemail is called. Wait. Oh, yeah. The next voicemail is called "Thank You." God, it's 1:30. 3, 2, 1, go.
So to cut to the chase, through all the emotional bullshit, I really just want to know, how do you feel about the past 7 years of your life? Me personally, it's been a nightmare. You know, I've been growing up. I was in middle school when I first found Digi's videos, and soon after, within months, found you guys' videos. And I didn't really care about anybody's videos. I just like My Little Pony and the fan base. But beyond that, I'm just wondering, how do you guys feel about spending, 7 years of your lives devoted to your internet career? I mean, obviously you've been doing it since before that, and things have always been the same for you. They've changed dramatically for me, but I understand that you lived a similar lifestyle that you did back in 2012.
Well,
what does that mean?
Yeah, I really enjoyed your stuff. I take it for granted way more than I should. And just, to make it an interesting PCP voicemail to start a discussion, like, how do you feel about the 7 years that you've spent and the ride you've taken with the algorithm and how it's really affected your career and your outlook on things and how it's changed over time? I'm really excited to know because it would bring a lot of context to what I'm thinking.
It's almost done, Ben.
And what I'm, just what I'm projecting onto you. So thank you.
What do I think about spending the 7 years doing whatever? Well, I wish I had the 7 years back, but I would think that no matter how I spent them, so whatever.
7 years ago, that's like 2013.
2013. I don't think had I started Hypocrite back then. I don't even know.
No,
wasn't Hypocrite
7 years was like
7
years ago was like pre TBAB.
Yeah, it would have. 2014 was when we started Pony stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
I
mean,
started.
back
I think
then
my
I was
first
still.
video was in 2013.
I was still pre like further education. I was just out of like secondary school, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Now I slightly know what I'm doing, so that's good. I have
Good
like
for you.
talents that have grown a little bit, and it's all right. You know, can't complain too
Is it,
much.
though?
I'm making money.
Is it?
I'm making money talking about stuff with Ben Saint online. It's pretty good.
Now that's the dream right there.
Hey, wait, didn't you discover my stuff in 2013, or was that later?
I can't remember.
No, it
may
must have been
been
later.
It may have been a little later. Not too much later though.
Because I think I started this channel in 2012, and the first video I uploaded was in 2013.
I feel like I found you like maybe 4 years ago.
Jesse found him first, right? Jesse and Gib.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesse,
Okay.
I think, posted something in the chat, and I looked at it and I was like, "Oh my god, this is really funny."
Isn't that great when you just find a channel through the help of no one in particular? It always feels good. It kind of feels like it almost feels like a secret club.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely felt pretty good for me.
Cool.
Yeah, that's all. It's also cool too when like people you respect, you find out that they watch like your content. I remember I was watching like a Running Shine stream like a few months ago, and like I was talking in this chat, and he was like, "Oh, TectonicImprov, I love that guy," and it's like, it feels good. It's nice to get validation from people you respect.
Yeah, well, it was weird for me because I didn't know Gib or Jesse when they first left comments on my stuff, and I checked their channels out after they left comments, and I was like, "Whoa, these guys have a lot of subscribers, and they're pretty good." Feels real nice to get complimented by them, I suppose.
Yeah. I'm glad
It's
it was
like,
nice. It always
like-
feels nice giving a good comment when you mean it. When like I don't comment that much, but like I always try to comment really positive things on channels, just so that, because like a lot of comments now suck. They're just like repeating parts of the video. They're not very interesting. They may be positive generally, but they're never like in depth enough to warrant any sort of like, I don't know, thought. Just sort of like blah.
Yeah,
So I like to give like a
very appreciated them.
Yeah, like a more in depth.
Tectonic, you got shouted out by Running Shine.
Yeah, we talk in DM sometimes, or Mellow
awesome.
from Running Shine.
That's awesome. I love Running Shine.
Yeah, he's great.
Who's that?
I want him on the podcast.
He's like a.
I've been meaning to ask him, but I'm too chicken.
He's one of the game. He does like gaming videos. He made like a, I think like an hour and a half long review of that like YIIK game, Y2K.
Yeah.
That's how I found
him.
him. One of my friends, Tabby Nickel, like linked his review in the or their review, because it's like it's a couple of people, but
wait. Running Shine is more than one person?
Yeah. There's two people write the video, Mellow and Tropics. Mellow is the one who like narrates them.
What?
And there's a couple of other people who do like the music and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I just thought it was one dude.
Well,
That sounds pretty professional.
Yeah, they're really funny and also informative. It's just
it's a really good video.
The YIIK video like kind of blew up, and that's how
I've literally watched it like 4 times because I'm stupid.
That reminds me of I was talking to a friend of mine one time about my content, and he offered to write the scripts and I would do the voicing, and I was like, I would rather do it the other way around. I write the scripts and you do the voicing, because
Really?
I'm more of a writer. I'm not very good at talking.
Huh.
But I ended up doing everything myself.
If I had a good script writer, I would love to just like read some shit that somebody else wrote, because I hate writing. It's boring, like you said.
I hate it when it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah. No, that sounds like a sweetheart deal, honestly. Yeah, I'd do that.
Yeah, it would be
Do that
cool
shit.
if I could work with someone who had a good voice to read my scripts instead of doing it. But I have no choice. Gotta use my own voice.
Tragic. But that's just, I don't know. To me, that's your brand. To
Well,
me,
it is
your
now.
voice is so integral to your brand. It wouldn't be GamersTavern without it.
It's your dry delivery that really sells the absurdity of what is happening in your videos. Just the constant barrage of the puns and jokes. It wouldn't. I don't know, like, whether it would be better if it was someone else's voice at this point.
Are you guys ready for the next voicemail? It's called "Thank You Too."
Oh no! Again?
Fuck yeah! 3, 2, 1, go.
Also, by the way, as an amendment, Horseshoe Finale obliterated, taken down, gone. The WWE claimed the video. It only happened like a month ago or a month or two ago.
Yeah.
So very recently, yeah, that legacy is tarnished forever. It's probably never coming back because I don't think Jesse wants to deal with all that. I don't really know what the process is like, but it sounds like a nightmare. So, yeah, sad day. At least we have new horizons to look at. It's not like anybody fucking wants those horizons, though. It seems like everybody's in a fucking nightmare shithole. No offense to you or anybody else.
Lol.
I mean, I'm a loser compared to that. I have no room to talk. Not to talk about me, but just to say, damn, sounds like a fucking nightmare.
I don't know what he means by that. Like, new horizons.
I don't know what he means. I don't know what he means by that either.
I think he just means like the future of YouTube and everyone. It just you know, one of those like PCP.
That's really reaching.
PCP is dead comments. I'm not sure.
That's really reaching for a silver lining. It's like, oh yeah, everything sucks, but hey, at least the future will occur. Like, yup.
This too shall pass.
Yeah. Did Horseshoe Finale get taken down?
Yeah,
I
heard about it a little while ago. I was like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
I meant to do another rewatch of the Horseshoe reviews. It's been a long time since I've watched them.
I don't even know. Maybe someone has re-uploaded it. It seems like something someone would have downloaded.
Now, I kind of thought that like the more time passed and the more times I revisited it, the less I liked Horseshoe Finale. I kind of thought it was getting worse the longer it existed. In hindsight,
not to speak for him, but I feel like Jesse would probably agree. I don't think he's particularly proud of a lot of his videos. Maybe Horseshoe Finale's different because you know it's Horseshoe Finale. But...
It was very cathartic as it was happening because it was like making fun of people like Josh Scorcher, who is like so irrelevant now. Doesn't matter.
It's one of those. It feels like one of those you had to be there kind of.
At the time it was like a very impactful statement that meant a lot to a bunch of people. Now it's like, yeah, removed from that context, it's a very strange cultural artifact.
Well, ever since
which is cool in its own way. Actually, describing it like that makes me like it more.
Ever since I discovered Jesse's content, I've been a big fan of his, so it does bother me to see anything he's done be taken down.
Yeah. It's a bummer. Wait, was there something else to the voicemail?
No, it's just like Horseshoe Finale gone, also New Horizons.
I thought he was talking about Animal Crossing for a second.
A little bit.
like someone made like a Horseshoe Finale for Animal Crossing.
Oh, I want
that would be interesting.
Colt Corona in Animal Crossing. Is he in there?
Hey guys,
can I be in this franchise?
There's no horse. What's the point?
There's got to be a horse.
Obviously.
But is it Colt Corona?
Is there horsey sauce?
Horse.
Why the long face?
Let's move on to New Horizons. The next voicemail is called well, it's a YouTube link. So I guess let's just listen to it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Sup, PCP? I'm just here to show OMORI, which is one of the most PCP core things I've seen in a while. It releases on Christmas and it's on Steam, and I think it will be pretty good.
OMORI?
It was like a Kickstarter like RPG.
Okay, I've seen this around. Is this PCP core? I don't know.
It's kind of like Earthbound core or like Yume Nikki core, which I feel like aligns with PCP.
It looks like I've seen it around and I thought it looked like it could be neat. Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
It looks
It's nice to
alright.
see it
Yeah.
finally come out because
I'm always a big fan.
Interesting art bits here and there.
I'm always a big fan of Earthbound.
Whenever I see like a Kickstarter game that's like, you know, getting updated, and like I just kind of start ignoring it because I'm like, you know, maybe I'll hear about it when it's done in like 4 years, and until then I don't care.
Spooky.
It's Lord of Ghosts.
Ooh. Oh shit!
There he is. There he is.
Are you gonna sue?
Woo! No, I'm gonna
sue for
I'm
peace.
gonna give them money.
Cool. Okay. Okay, everyone, shut the fuck up. The next one is called, the next upload is called Everyone is Fuda. 3, 2, 1, go.
I've been thinking about my question, is Digi Fuda? And I've come to the realization
Just ask Digi.
that
so weird.
penises are just inside-out vaginas.
And
we
vice
all
versa.
have a vagina in us. And
Well,
I
out of
guess
us.
because vaginas are just inverted penises,
That's right.
then all girls just have penises inside them,
There you go.
which I guess means they're
That's the
being
spirit,
raped,
champ.
assuming they don't want their own dicks inside them without their own consent.
Stupid.
But anyway,
Girl.
I think that makes everyone a Fuda.
Girls are just constantly being fucked by themselves because their own penis is all up inside of their vagina.
Let us
Such
not
a
forget
stupid
that
like
they're-
clarification. Like it means nothing.
I think it's a joke.
I know
think
it's a joke,
and it made me
but
and
it's
it
not
made
very-
me laugh. So you know what? It worked. Good job.
I guess we know who is the philosophy major.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds like me. Sounds just like me. Okay, that was great. Hey, love you. Next one is called Voice Grail?
No.
Voice Grail?
No.
Contested.
Okay, damn it. Fuck.
No, I'm not feeling it.
Next one is called Read Theory Libs. I'm excited for this one. This is gonna be good. This one goes out to fucking Michelle. Put down your Jordan Peterson, Mary Kondo bullshit and pick up Das Kapital. 3, 2, 1, go. Go on.
It's difficult for me to imagine what personal liberty is enjoyed by an unemployed, hungry person. True freedom can only be where there is no exploitation or oppression of one person by another, where there is not unemployment and where a person is not living in fear of losing his job, his home, and his bread. Only in such a society and in any other freedom can exist for real and not on paper.
Is this from one of your communist?
That is from
Probably
Economic Terrorism and the Oil Owners, April 21st, 1908, by Joseph fucking Stalin. Fucking based.
Oh.
Fucking just absolutely based.
Yeah.
Amazing theory.
I mean, yeah.
Guy is born in the 1800s, robs banks, overthrows an evil king, kills fucking Nazis.
Yep.
Creates space travel, or, well, you know, sets up the organization that creates space travel.
Wait.
Yep.
And
So what you're saying is Stalin was
it
right.
just blows my mind how fucking based it is.
He'll
That's
edit
true.
you out of pictures though if he doesn't like you.
Didn't Stalin and Hitler team up in that war?
In the beginning, they kind of the relationship soured.
Well, nobody's perfect.
Wait, what am I thinking?
Yeah, no one's perfect. Look, we all make mistakes.
I guess they did kill a lot of Nazis though. The Soviet Union did do a lot of that, which is pretty basic.
I think we need to we just need to like measure, like.
And I mean that's good theory. That's good theory. He was spitting straight facts there. You know, you can't deny.
There's like there's no way that this can exist without oppression, and that's just the way I like it. You know, is that what he said?
Theory.
I don't think so. What do they?
What?
What do they say?
What did they say about
they
that?
said,
Well, the game.
They say nothing.
Thanks for watching.
Okay. All right.
That was a good way to wrap
Stalin
that
was
one
based.
up.
Oh, that's his
Stalin
next
did
channel.
Stalin did nothing wrong. Dab, dab, dab.
Matt's gonna do a new channel where it's gonna be, hey guys, welcome to
theory.
to political theory.
Hey guys, welcome to Theory, where we talk about how you should kill your landlord.
Is Jeff gonna write on that channel too?
Jeff
Phew.
Bezos? Oh, then yes.
Cool.
Wait,
Can't wait.
does Jeff write on Game Theory?
I think he said so. Yeah, that he has for a couple.
Lamau.
At least. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Good for him. Next one is called Dag Zaggles.
Wait. Before we go on the next one.
Oh,
Am I
okay.
stupid?
Yeah.
With Joseph Stalin, was I thinking of Mussolini? Yeah. Was I actually doing that?
Mussolini's the Italian fascist guy.
And he was with Hitler, and they were with Japan in World War II. Okay, Stalin is different man. Different man.
Well, Stalin was with Hitler
apparently
in the beginning.
Was he? All right.
I actually didn't know that.
Okay.
Now you're just Stalin for time.
I am. I just want to clarify because I just want to make sure people know that I'm stupid and that we can move on.
Okay. Well, apparently you're smarter than me because I thought they never did that, but apparently they did.
Accidentally smart.
Listen, anyone getting their theory from the Procrastinators podcast is...
Look,
what did we say? What did we say before? We're always right, and we always have an opinion, and you always have to listen to it, and you should always, always, always clip it and quote it out of context and take it as fact.
Maybe you guys should read some history books.
Maybe you should clean your fucking room. Next one is called Dag Zaggles is coming for yo gummies. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ben, since you're so worried about people getting their student debt canceled and subsidized by the taxpayer, why don't you just go ahead and get yourself incorporated so you can get your stupid goddamn keto gummies subsidized by the taxpayer? Because it only costs like $150 to $250 to become incorporated. And after that, you can write off literally everything related to your goddamn keto gummies as an expense. And then you will also be forced to sell them so I can buy them and enjoy some of these delicious keto gummies that you are allegedly producing like a mad scientist. And also, you need to write down everything, you fucking moron.
Yes, I know.
You dingus. Write down everything like a mad scientist, like a mad alchemist attempting to turn lead into gold. You will be the Newton of keto.
I wrote it down last time,
candies.
Don't worry.
Just
I started writing it down.
Turning
Call
lead
it fucking
into
Slime
gummy.
Corp. And then a government office has to have documents about an actual business called Slime Corp.
Water
Just
into
do it.
isomaltoligosaccharides.
Nice. Yes,
Dude.
isomaltoligosaccharides, aka IMO.
That would be a really funny,
in my
cool
opinion.
idea. Like if Ben like started a business, literally called it Slime Corp, and made keto gummies under a Slime
Maybe
Corp
he's just make the
brand.
Champion Chapter 2.
No.
Yeah, or maybe I could just do that.
No, impossible.
Okay. I mean, the thing, like, since I like have sort of tentative plans to maybe sell candy in the future, I'm already planning to write off all my gummy related expenses anyway. So like whatever. I don't need to be incorporated for that. Other than that, I actually have not been making the keto ones. I've just been off keto and I've just been making like sugar gummies.
I liked the ones you shared on Twitter recently, the ones that look very opaque. They look good.
Those ones came out really good, but and I part of me wants to try and replicate that recipe, but I made those with sugar. But I kind of think that maybe I should switch to using syrup, like glucose syrup. I think it might result in a smoother product. Because those ones were pretty good. They were like 95% of the way there. I think switching to syrup might get me the last way there. I don't know.
Maybe you should quit comics and just make candy.
That's the opposite of what TectonicImprov said.
Yeah, please don't do
So, one of you is wrong.
that. And time will tell.
Who do I shoot?
Whoever wins, we lose.
Next one is Riddle My Ass Batman.
He's back.
He's back, baby.
I'm honored to be on an episode of Riddle My Ass Batman.
I had a funny exchange with Riddle My Ass Batman in the comments on the last episode because Riddle My Ass Batman had pledged to the Vapors 2 Kickstarter for like a lot. He had gotten like 2 signed copies, but he had never responded to the thing. And I had messaged him on Kickstarter and I never got a response. So he commented on the last episode. So I just replied to his comment being like, hey, what's your mailing address? Like, what's your like what do you want on your doodles? And I didn't ask what I didn't expect him to reply there, but he replied there in the comments, like with his mailing address. Yes, he did. I removed. I copied and pasted the address, and I removed the comments. Like, cause like, okay, he said like, "Oops, I did dox myself," but he didn't remove the comments. I had to do it. But I got it. I got the request, so it's all good.
That's good.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
I know I'm someone who promises new voicemails a lot, but this time I promise. And if I don't deliver, you can cut off the end of Ben Saint's dick and circumcise him, okay?
You're delivering right now.
But there will be a new voicemail series, The Quest for Colt Corona, coming out.
Speaking of Colt Corona.
First of this year. Now, I already have all 26 episodes recorded.
What? Oh my God.
Written out, so all I have to do is record them every week, not a big deal. What I have to ask is, I want to do a comic alongside it.
Oh my God.
The comic is not finished, but I think I can keep up with demands as I go. So, should I do 1 week of voicemails, 1 week of comics, or should I release all the comics during the first half of the year, and then the voicemails in the first half of the year, and then the comics are in the second half of the year? Thoughts, discussion, and there's a funny voicemail coming after this to wet your whistle. Okay, thank you. Same PCB time, same PCB channel.
I can't believe it.
I'm just gonna say this as a viewer / unfortunately a fan of the Pro Crastinators podcast. Whatever you have planned, Riddle My Ass Batman is too good for this podcast. Just release it separately.
I would say, okay, if I would say one of each. I would just say if you've got both, just release one of each. Would be my recommendation.
It sounds like way too much effort.
The voicemails would be like a good prompt to go look at the comic if you have like another issue. If that's
true.
So it'd be like, oh, we'll listen to the voicemail and then remind everyone to go look at the comic. I think that would work.
It sounds like way too much effort for voicemail.
I know.
Maybe you should just create actual content.
26 episodes.
He's got them recorded already.
And he's basically making a show, and we're the broadcast network.
Yeah, that's basically it.
I can't fucking believe it.
That'd be 26 weeks.
God. Damn.
I
get excited.
It is too good for us. There's no question. There's no question. Yeah, I like that. I like the idea that you released. See, okay, I was assuming at first that like the comic and the voicemail were the same, like it's a comic version of the voicemail. In which case, I would say release them together. If they're separate things, then yeah, I guess still like just release one on your website or on Tapas or wherever you're posting it, and then we'll hear the voicemail, and it'll be a reminder to check out the comic. That sounds reasonable. Let's hear the first one. Let's hear his fucking voicemail. The next one is also called Riddle My Ass Batman. Here we go.
Wet our whistles.
3, 2, 1, go.
As promised, the funny voicemail. Now, I know you guys love dream stories, and here's a good one. I was being raped by Donatello.
Oh my God.
He was like,
Christ.
Hey man, let me suck on those tits. And then I was like, no, Donatello, no. And my, like, Riddle My Ass Batman voice. I was like, I was really dreaming as Riddle My Ass Batman. And then Colt Corona came in, and he kicked Donatello's ass.
Joined in.
And then started raping him. So,
okay. That's karma.
Yeah, then I woke up. But that's about all I have to say. Yeah, Donatello got raped by Colt Corona because Donatello was trying to rape me, and Colt Corona's a hero, and thank you, Colt Corona. You saved me from dream rape. You're a hero. God bless you. God bless Speed, my horseman. Okay. Same PC time. Same PC channel. Bye.
I'm so glad.
So I have one big problem with this voicemail.
The
Colt
PCP
Corona could
is
not
saved,
beat Donatello.
You don't think so?
No.
But he's the cutest and the strongest, remember?
He is the cutest and the strongest. That's true. That's true. I don't know. I mean,
can a horse really beat a turtle?
No, I think he could beat him. I think he could beat him if he got the upper hand. If he got the drop on him. Like if Donatello was in the middle of like a really choice rape, that he was distracted enough by. I think Cole Corona could use that to use ambush tactics.
You're right. It's not a fair fight.
So you're saying that Cole Corona fights dirty?
Not as dirty as Donatello. Not as dirty as Donatello, obviously.
That's a good point.
Riddle my ass, Batman. I'm sorry that happened.
Well, it was just a dream.
Oh, I know, but
or a nightmare, I guess.
It's the same.
Maybe it was a prophecy.
I guess it did have a happy ending.
He didn't. That's true. That's true. God bless us, everyone. Next voicemail is called Poop Balls Lamau.
I'm loving this.
2, 1, go.
Konnichiwa. It is I,
yes!
Samurai-sama.
No.
I accept.
Hey, what was up with that wife before?
Apology.
Yes.
But you mock samurai voice.
Yes.
You racist.
I did.
I not forgive for that. God. Fuck you. Benno Sentosa. But until next time, sayonara.
Sign off.
I think that's the original person.
Yeah, definitely.
I just want to say the samurai is definitely my favorite PCP voicemail character. All the other ones, they're junk. Not a fan. But every single time there's this non sequitur email and it's like konnichiwa, I lose it. I just lose it. It's so good.
It's the samurai. Yeah, it's just it's half the voice, right? Like it's the konnichiwa and the until next time is like it's so satisfying. It's just whatever happens in between those two things is fine.
Thank you, samurai.
Well,
thank you, Samurai.
He's basically a member now, right?
Thank you for not forgiving me. I'm a little shocked that there's been no fan art of the Samurai. Like he's been such a fixture.
I guess there's been no mention of any descriptive things. There's no items that you could have. He's just a samurai.
Yeah, he's just a samurai.
And he's scrollless.
I guess he has scroll. Oh yeah, he doesn't. No, he doesn't have a scroll. That's right. That's distinctive, right? Like a samurai without a scroll, like
I've never heard of such a thing.
Describe a character as being like oh yeah, and he doesn't have this. Okay.
So look, draw him being sad about the fact that he doesn't have something that and his hand is open, but there's nothing in it. Looking
wistfully at at something that is gone.
He's got like a perfectly scroll-shaped space on his shelf that is unfilled.
That's his defining trait.
Draw him.
And he's also got the Necronomicon.
Draw him on a computer without any scroll bars on his windows.
Oh, true. That's the real Kawasaki scroll.
The Kawasaki scroll.
That's the technique, is to scroll the webpage really quick.
Scrolling on Twitter. That's the Kawasaki scroll that Ben Saint stole. Because he's on Twitter all the time.
The technique of going down the Twitter feed.
All right, I've heard enough of this nonsense. What next voicemail is called?
There's another one.
Oh yeah,
What?
You posted 2, but you haven't played the first.
No, I didn't.
523. We didn't listen to that one.
Oh, wait, did I? Okay, whatever. Okay, 523. All right, 523 is called Spitting Image. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to the Pro Crastinators podcast. My name is Ben Saint. What's up, gamers? We have all the guys here tonight. We have fucking Saga on Facade. We have fucking the Nostalgia Critic. We have the screaming lady from the YouTube thumbnails on the red feminist. We have the troll face. We have the Zodiac Killer. We have a little golem made of my own shitting piece. All the stars are here tonight.
Okay. Wait, with the screaming lady, does he mean the lady that
Big
screamed
Red.
when Trump won, or does? Oh, Big Red. Oh, the other one I was gonna say Sargon or Anita Sarkeesian. No, the woman with the glasses and the red hair, who there's all the pictures of her screaming.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I
know what her name is.
I
I never actually looked into it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. I'm glad she's here though. It wouldn't be the same without her. Next one is called The Same Joke Again. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to the Pro Crastinators podcast.
Yeah, let's hear
it. And I would like to say to our guest, Jar Jar Binks, I will respect you, and you are a marketing genius, and I love you and I respect you so much. Oh, Misa, thank you, and Jar Jar Binks, thank you so much. Misa. And for next guys, fucking HIV virus.
Wow.
We're gonna have retards on the podcast. Why don't you have CWC on? Quite literally the most famous retard of all time. You have access to him. Why don't you have him on again?
I don't know where this is going.
I don't really understand. Like it's. I guess it's funny. I feel like he's trying to make a point, but I don't know what that point is.
I think the point is that.
Well, I think he's making a point with the Jar Jar Binks. But I don't think HIV. I feel like HIV was improv.
Well, you know what they say: everything is positive, even HIV.
Is the point that we have bad guests? Does he not like our choice of guests?
I don't think that's.
Well, they get a load of me.
With the well, maybe it is, but with the Digi thing, I think it was just him making fun of how Digi called Merlogic a marketing genius.
Oh,
yeah, that was good.
I missed that it was even about that one was Digi. Okay, yeah, he did say Digi at the beginning. Marketing genius, Lamau. Okay, all right, whatever. Fucking great. Next one is called You Have to Have Merlogic back on. You have to. 3, 2, 1, go.
Holy shit, you guys. I remember this guy from back when he went by Sato Asami the first time he got banned from Funny Junk. Like, yeah, y'all haven't even scratched the surface here. Like, not only did he get fired from his job, he got fucking disowned from his family over this shit. Like, for real. I don't think y'all realize this is like a prime lolcow you have right here.
Oh, well, I don't think he'll come back, right?
Oh, he'll come back. He's desperate for attention, but like, I don't know.
Okay. Go on.
I gotta say, like, I was listening to the podcast and like it was funny. It was funny, the stuff he was saying until it wasn't. But I got upset when he started making fun of janitors, not like the forum moderator janitors, but the real life janitors, because yours truly is a janitor.
No shit.
Yeah, that's
right. Yeah, I heard that mentioned on Twitter.
I clean schools. I clean them.
That's fucked up.
So here I am.
You do it for free. You do it for free.
I don't do it for free. I do it for money. But it's funny because I'm like cleaning light shields or whatever, and then you just start shitting on janitors about how they're the lowest job ever. I'm like, now you made it personal, Merlogic. I'm pissed. I'm
to make fun of janitors in that way is like clearly he hasn't worked very much. Just like normal like labor, he doesn't respect it like you should, because it's difficult and people need to do it.
I don't think that Merlogic likes us very much. I don't think he will like us very much anymore. But maybe we could get him. Maybe he would come back on to like defend, like to argue against us, to like defend himself. Maybe we could finagle that.
I think it'd be funny.
I think if we frame it the right way, we could make it happen.
I mean, I don't hate Merlogic. I just think they're
stupid.
Yeah.
If I could be on an episode with him, that would be kind of funny.
I want to see GamersTavern versus Merlogic.
I think
just those two.
Just the battle of the century. There was a lot of anti-Merlogic sentiment going around in the comments, but in my opinion, he was a worthwhile guest. He was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be opposed to a round two. Maybe. Next one is called Red 5 Rainbow. I know them. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, just calling in to let you guys know that you might be able to get Dream as a guest on the PCP, since you have a connection to him through Fit, since Dream knows Fit because Fit is in the challenging 25 YouTubers to a fight for a $5,000 video on his second channel. So, I don't know, maybe Dream as a guest would be cool.
It's funny that this voicemail comes in. I'm new to this, but Dream is like some Minecraft YouTuber, so I assume that's how FitMC knows him. But there was actually something that came out recently about this guy that he apparently like cheated or something to get like some sort of Minecraft world record.
I saw a video that was titled like "Our Dreams," like speedruns cheated.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch it, and like I know that Dream is like some guy who has become really famous like very recently. I guess he's blown up in like the last few months, and other than that, I just know that he's a guy who's become famous recently, and he does Minecraft stuff.
That's just what a coincidence, though.
Yeah, what a coincidence. I don't know anything about. Honestly, for me, yeah, it would probably be good and like a box office draw to get Dream on the podcast.
He's got a lot of subscribers. I think he has like over 1 million.
But I don't know who he is, and I don't know what I would care to even discuss with him. I don't know. Maybe. Sounds hard, and I don't know what.
You gotta chase the numbers, Ben.
Oh, it's that guy. I know his. I think I've seen one of his videos before.
Frankly, I'm not motivated to make it happen. Frankly, I don't know if I give a shit.
I know Fit MC, but I never heard of Dream.
He's kind of newish.
But I do have
think
dreams.
The video I watched was like, I'm playing Minecraft, and there's like every time I get hit, everyone else in the server like gets launched 100 blocks in the air, and then they fall, and that's the gimmick of the episode. And there's other ones where he's like, his friends are trying to kill him, or like the world is crumbling, and he's only got a few minutes to like try and beat Minecraft. Just like little things like that, comedy.
Cool.
So what you're telling me is, if I want to get a lot of subscribers, I need to play Minecraft, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I didn't know who FitMC was either until he came on, and then I was like, oh, okay.
Well, it's a whole.
I get it.
It's a section of YouTube. Like there's lots of sections of YouTube that are like, cut off from others, but some of them have larger audiences than others.
Yeah, sure.
So like educational channels generally do very well overall because it's just like interesting. Things like Minecraft work with Zoomers a lot, but not necessarily for people who don't play Minecraft all the time.
No shit.
just just my insight as a YouTuber.
No kidding. Is that a fact?
Did you know? Yeah.
Just a theory. All right. Next voicemail is called "Sucking Dick in the Street." 3, 2, 1, go.
Benjamin, I love you and you're my best friend, but I have something to tell you that I think might offend you.
Yeah.
I think the over-politicization and the overexposure to social media as of lately is probably one of the causes to the creative crisis that you've been describing through many episodes now. I think this idea that you have to create art that's both relevant and conforming to this small window of the world that you've been consuming, I think it's a stupid idea, and it's probably creating an unachievable goal for you with your art and poisoning your well, and I think it's stupid.
Damn.
I think you should.
I think
Stop.
like
wait, it's not done.
And seek help. Somehow.
Seek help. Damn, that's
like
real
everyone
shit.
knows this though.
Explain.
Well, like that social media sucks. Is that what he's like saying, or that like?
Well, he was saying specifically that like Ben Saint's usage of social media is the reason he's got creative drought or whatever.
He's saying it specifically in reference to me, in reference to the way that I've been talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Lately,
need to seek help from Twitter.
Yeah. Like the whole like, oh, get off Twitter, bro. It's like I think you know that, Ben. It's just like
I
don't know, easier said than done, I suppose.
I understand. I feel a sense that in the abstract, my attention is not where it needs to be in order for me to be productive. But I don't have like a clear like sense of like instead of me focusing on this, I should be focusing on this. I don't have like a clear idea of like what I know I should be like making stuff, but like what exactly should I be focused on? I don't know. You know, to this, I actually just last night I started in on a big project that I've been meaning to start in on for a long time, and it was kind of fun getting started on that. So maybe things are gonna turn around for me. I wanna really focus on that for a little while. So I guess I just think this guy's right. I think this guy's right, and I know it, and I
think he's right
appreciate
too.
Yeah.
I think I guess my problem is just like the a lot of people will like say stuff like this as if they're like giving you new info, not you in particular, but just like in general.
Yeah.
I think,
see what you mean.
Well, I feel like it's worth saying just to remind someone, because like even if they say it to themselves, hearing it from the outside is like it's a little extra motivation to actually think about changing something.
It felt personal enough to me that it didn't just feel like some general knowledge bullshit.
Well, one thing's for sure.
I have been describing a sort of specific crisis recently.
For sure, getting into fights on Twitter is a complete waste of time.
I will probably never quit that entirely. It's about moderation. Everything in moderation.
I mean, I do like how like curt you've become. Instead of like I see your replies to people and you're like, gross, stupid, like idiot. Like you just
kind of funny.
And they don't really start a response because of how like how you don't really say anything, but you do let them know that what they said was stupid.
When a tweet makes me really angry, the last thing I want to do is give them a reason to like continue to say what they think. So like to me, the obvious play, is to say something that is dismissive, that diminishes what they've said, that leaves them no room for like a serious like discussion or rebuttal to me. And just lets me feel as though I have harmed them in some way, even if it's insignificant. That's all I want out of a Twitter fight, and that's the easiest way to get it. It's literally like so on the quickie. I remember I was reading the quickie years ago, and it just described a trend in which like as Sonichu goes on, the series starts with villains that are like more sort of fictional, and you know the characters have like continuing battles against them, but like later on Chris starts to introduce these real life people, these real life trolls as antagonists, and as the story goes on, the conflicts with these antagonists, they actually become shorter and less climactic because do you know where I'm going? Have I said this before?
I don't think you have.
Are you going to like where she was inspired by real life events? That's what she was taking them from near the end? Is that where this is going?
No. The reason posited in this quickie article, and it sounds true to me, is that the battles against these real life antagonists become shorter and less climactic because Chris genuinely hates them and feels genuine anger and wants to use their presence in the comic not as like a narrative beat for drama, but because Chris needs to defeat them like in a way that is as final and as you know serious and as indisputable as she can. She just wants to feel that this person is dead and destroyed, and to let her audience know, I have won, this person is lost, they are gone, they are nothing to me. Which is why someone like Ian Brandon Anderson will show up for exactly one panel before Sonichu just will utterly obliterate him in a single blow, and then he gets dragged down to hell by trolls, and that's the last you ever hear of him. Because that was like such a serious conflict that it was like, there's no fun and games here. This is not like a haha, this is a villain, like, oh, we're rivals with each other. No, fuck this person. I kill them. That's what needs to happen.
The monsters are real.
And that's how I feel when I see some dipshit on Twitter say, I don't know, whatever.
I don't know, man. This sounds kind of like school shooter talk to me.
You sound kind of like school shooter talk to me.
I should shoot you for saying something like that.
I could shoot. Yeah, exactly. Next voicemail. Are we done?
How many more do we have?
Only like 4, I think. 4 or 5.
Cool.
We're getting there. Next one is called Mr. Miracle. Wait, why was that last one called Sucking Dick in the Street?
I can't remember
it's
what
evocative.
It
it gets the people going.
It's true. It drew my eye. Okay, this one's called Mr. Miracle. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey Ben, I have a comic book recommendation for you. It's called Mr. Miracle by Tom King. Tom King's one of the biggest names on mainstream comics right now. And Mr. Miracle is a DC comic character created by Jack Kirby, a huge visionary. Chisman Fredo mentioned him on the last episode, but you don't really need to know anything about DC Comics continuity to get into it. It reminds me of the Champion that you mentioned you were interested in writing. Again, it has sort of some thematically some similarities. It's about this guy who's a literal champion from this cosmic kingdom.
Okay.
But it has a lot of emotional depth to it, and the art I think is pretty good. I think you might like it. I give it a 7 out of 10. Look it up.
7 out of 10.
Would you recommend a 7 out of 10? I guess I have before.
Numbers are very hard to know what they mean.
True.
If it's like 7 out of 10 in general, but I think this person would really appreciate what's good about it, then maybe. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, fair enough. I've never heard of this, though.
I've heard of Mr. Miracle. I know absolutely nothing about him.
Yeah.
I guess he's a super escape artist? This is like his power?
Oh, like what? Houdini. Or like Chris Angel. Mind Freak.
Powers and abilities. Like all the new gods, Scott-Free is I guess his name is Scott-Free, is functionally immortal. Superhuman strength, ability, reflexes, stamina, resistance to blah 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 blah, genius level intellect. Oh, he was trained. This fucking sentence. Scott was trained by Granny Goodness as an arrow trooper.
Well, he's he's a man for the job.
I'm not that into comics, but I could never take a villain like Granny Goodness seriously. Whenever she'd show up in like the Justice League cartoon or whatever, I'd be like, "We really using someone called Granny Goodness?" I'd take Gorilla Grodd over her.
Wait, is he a? Okay, he's a good guy. Why was he trained by a? Yeah,
he might have defected.
Granny Goodness is a bad guy.
Bad girl.
Sure. Anyone can be a bad guy. Bad guy is gender neutral.
Like Billie Eilish.
Yeah,
exactly.
Billie Eilish is gender neutral.
And so are
you, dear viewer?
And so
we should get Billie Eilish on the PCP.
I agree.
Yeah, that would be great.
I'm sure Oblivion Fall knows her.
Wait, why?
Yeah.
He does like music, right? Everyone in music knows each other.
Oh, that's true.
It's a small world. Small world.
I picked up a guitar and I instantly had Ringo Starr's phone number.
It was written on the back.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Ringo Starr wrote his number on every guitar in the world because it's like, if you're doing this, he wants to get to know what you're about.
It's like
call me.
It's like that story of Jack White hiding like records of unreleased demos and used furniture he gives away. Which is like true, by the way.
Honestly, that that voicemail and the Wikipedia article has given me like no sense at all of what Mr. Miracle is.
He might be talking about a specific run, like a recent run by Tom King, I think is what he said.
He said Tom Tom King. Okay. All right. Well, I probably should check it out, but I don't know if I'm going to.
Cheesy probably knows something about it.
Maybe he would. All right. Next voicemail is called what is it called? It is called Mr. Miracle 2 Big Barda. I know from the Wikipedia article that Big Barda is Mr. Miracle's wife, so that's context for you.
I think Big Barda is also Linkara's favorite comic book character.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
It all comes back. It all comes full circle. 3, 2, 1, go.
So I just remember 2 details that could convince Ben to read the comic. One, Tom King's a huge lefty. He's an ex-military but has no love for that bullshit.
That's cool.
And it features one of the sexiest women on comics, Big Barda. She's like a huge Amazon lady who has big tits and big ass. And
now you have my
hammer.
attention.
And Gib Google her too. Big Barda. She's cool.
I'm gonna Google it.
And she's Mr. Miracle's wife. So she's in the whole comic. She's a lovely
I do
character.
not believe.
You're fucking cool, man.
I do not believe for a second.
Well, now you
that
have to read it.
I do not believe for a second that a woman who first appeared in a Silver Age comic book, I would ever find them hot. I think it's impossible. But I'm going to Google it and let's find out, shall we?
What was her name?
I think I get what you're saying. Big Barda.
Big Barda.
The D.
No. What is this? What the fuck is this? What the fuck? What the fuck? I don't get it.
What?
What is appealing about this at all? She looks like she's got a fucking like Pharaoh's helmet. She's looking like full body armor and just like a girl with a face. What the fuck?
A girl with a face.
She's literally just a girl with a face. What?
There's just a lot of different iterations. I don't know which one he's talking about.
I mean, they're all the same.
Well, I personally, I
girl with a
prefer
face
my.
and she's wearing a suit of armor. This sucks.
I prefer my girls not to have faces.
Like Kirby.
I cannot understand. I cannot understand why you would look at this and be like, this girl who looks literally the same as every other girl, except she's wearing armor.
Look, there she is. She's not wearing armor. She's just tall, I guess.
Oh wow, it's a girl with a face. This sucks.
She looks pretty good.
Nah, fuck this comic. Nah, fuck Mr. Miracle.
Monsieur Miracle.
This is my perfect excuse that I needed not to read it. I can pretend to be outraged about this. No.
Is Tectonic, are you gone?
Wait a minute. Tectonic said he'd be back. But he said go on without him.
Okay.
Wait, what the fuck? Hold on. I just found this on Google and I just want to show you. That's fucked up. This is fucked up.
Superman in a porno?
They're gonna fuck! They're gonna fuck for money! Pretty cool.
I wonder what the context is for this one.
Do you think if Superman has sex that his pee jizz would go zap and kill?
Listen, you stupid motherfucker. Obviously, yes. Of course. Didn't Superman get Lois Lane pregnant in one iteration? And I've heard people say that like obviously it's impossible because like super sperm should be like stronger than steel and should just like obliterate her uterus, right? Should just like the sperm should just tunnel through her body and like fill her with like micro
It's easy.
fissures.
All he needs to do is do it at an extreme distance so the air resistance will slow it down to the point where it will not kill her. So she's like 40 miles down the road and he goes
Wait, can't he just have kryptonite around him?
Yeah, he could just wear like red kryptonite or whatever.
Autoerotic kryptonation.
I think it's red kryptonite. I think it's red kryptonite that doesn't hurt him, but just like kind of turns him normal. So just use that. That's what you need.
It's like,
honestly, I kind of think that there might be like now that I say that, I'm thinking that maybe there is like an in-universe iteration of Superman where he does get Lois Lane pregnant and he only manages to do it by the use of red kryptonite.
Yeah.
I could be like hallucinating this right now.
That's his like Geo crystal.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right. This is degenerate. This is degenerate is what this is. Next one. Where are the chibi bakas, you baka-faced horse scrotum? 3, wait, there we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yo, Gib, you said like a billion episodes ago that you and Munchie did an Akira Chibi Bakas episode.
No.
You never released it.
I never did.
What happened? Where's the Chibi Bakas?
Where's the Chibi Bakas, Gibbon? Where's the bloody
I'd
Bakas?
love to see it.
I love to watch chibi bakas on me telly between sweeping chimneys.
We
struck a nerve. Struck a nerve, have I?
No, it's just really, really bad.
Too close to home.
Too close to home. Too close. It just flashbacks to my literal everyday life.
This is just
flashbacks to earlier today. Everything sucks about the
UK. Everything sucks about the UK. The VAT tax is out of this world, and everyone sounds like that.
Chibi Bakas is sort of like on like permanent hiatus, which is to say that there's no plans to ever make an episode again. But I did say that I recorded that.
Yeah.
And I've looked at the footage before, and it was just like not very interesting and kind of like lame, and I don't like it.
Wait, what? You mean like the audio?
Well, I recorded it in video form and audio, because Munchie was literally there. It's like, oh, it was Chibi Backers live.
Wait, was that for was that Radcon 4?
No, that was when Munchie came over to stay in my house.
Right. I mean,
the discussion
might
just
as well release it.
Right? Well, the thing is, I have to edit it because it sucks, and it's like we don't really have much to say. I was just like, that was weird, wasn't it? Yeah, it's fucking weird.
I think people would appreciate it. I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but like, I think it would. It's probably worth posting.
Okay, I'll think about it. I'll have to. I was hoping everyone would have forgotten, but this one guy, he fucking ruined my plan.
Freaking ass.
If you already have the footage, you may as well release it.
But I don't want it to be cringe. I gotta uncringify it.
It's too late. It's too late.
I gotta
I
gotta up the contrast.
The thing about that is not releasing it is even more cringe by definition. You're really damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Maybe. maybe I won't be cringe. Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. I doubt it. Next one is called Make PCP Wholesome Again, Safe Place. Oh wait, I didn't put it in the chat. There it is. Make PCP Wholesome Again, Safe Place. 3, 2, 1, go.
Guys, there's nothing inherently wrong with being a cock.
Oh no.
If a black man has sex with your wife, for instance, why not being a little more inclusive, and progressive? I think that he's a young, masculine, great man, and he's doing great for this podcast and for our community. So people, please, stop making fun of Ben Saint. You should know better. Be the best of men.
It's always you.
Thank you. Like,
yeah, you're the butt of every joke, Ben.
That's what did I say? Who was the guy who left the podcast and everyone was glad he was gone that I compared myself to before?
Greg from Completionist.
Yeah, Lamau. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that guy.
I like that he sounds like he's like talking in front of a huge audience, like the echo. It makes it seem like he's doing like some sort of State of the Union or whatever about it being okay that you're a cock.
Didn't Maddox do that one time?
He did.
Yeah, for a second I thought this was a Maddox thing, but no. Yeah, but when Maddox defended cucks, it's like he thought that the only meaning that the word had was that you were like a cuck fetishist, and he didn't like.
He didn't read.
No. There's nothing wrong with being a cuck. It's just a fetish.
Missed the point.
He missed. Yeah. He didn't read the room, I guess.
Yeah.
On that one.
No.
It was just sort of maybe it's one of those language purists where it's like if language can't change if people use it differently, it has a definition.
A word can't have more than one meaning in different contexts. This is so stupid. Next one is called Cross. Important question. 3, 2, 1, go.
What is your favorite font and why?
Thank you for the.
I guess Courier because it's the font that Homestuck has. I think.
That's the typewriter font.
Yeah,
I
Courier or Courier New.
With
that's
House
a good
of Leaves.
Well, the font I use on my website is Arial, I think.
A classic.
There's a font in Sony Vegas called I think it's called Bond Schrift condensed bold or something. I can only find it in Vegas. Like, I try to use it other places and I can't find it anywhere. Let me
see.
Get an
okay, I mean,
image.
I will say, you know, everybody knows that I love Show Card Gothic.
Yes.
Everyone knows about Show Card Gothic, and that's a big one. Great font that I never hear anyone talk about is Yukari Mobile. Yukari Mobile is a super good font, and which I found because it was the font that they used in the promo materials for Fighting is Magic, the game that would go on to become Them's Fightin' Herds.
A classic.
Oh, yeah.
That's a super good. There's one I use all the time called Trash Type DK, which looks like Courier, but it's all like messy and fucked up and like grungy looking. That one's like, I love that one. What else do it? As a kid, my favorite font was Sylphane, because Sylphane looks like Times New Roman, but it is slightly bigger. And therefore, if you write your essays in it, you can get away with writing that. Yeah. I like all the fonts from Pokemon games. I use those a lot when I want to use like some like computer looking text.
I like the Cave Story font too. That one's nice.
There's too many fonts to keep track of. I have no idea.
Riveting font commentary.
I mean,
there's a font
people are
discussion
interested.
to be had.
People are definitely interested in fonts, and I'm one of the people who has like, I don't know, difficulty remembering fonts or like distinguishing them.
Well, I mean, there's so fucking many.
There's so fucking many, but I've always felt like people are always like into something about fonts, and my brain just doesn't perceive them in the same way.
Fonts are interesting because they're like a thing that everyone is. A bit of an outside pick, but Karima is the font that Andrew Hussey used to like. It's the font that like the title of like planets appears in Homestuck, like Durst and Prospit and like Land of Wind and Shade is Karima, and Karima's pretty cool. Fonts are like a thing that like you see everywhere, and probably for a lot of your life you don't even like think about or question at all, and then when you discover that like these things have names and like people designed them and like they come from somewhere, and there's all these things to consider about them that you'd never even thought about, like spacing and kerning and serifs and all that shit, and it's like a whole rabbit hole that was like right in front of you the whole time.
Yeah.
And you never even thought about it. That's what's interesting about fonts to me.
I like VULF fonts.
VULF?
Yeah, VULFPEC is a band that I like, and the leader of the band is also very into fonts, and he's made a font that he uses in all his YouTube videos, and he's very like knowledgeable in all the different aspects of font design.
I see.
And it looks nice.
See.
I think it may be a series of fonts. I can't remember.
Well, I have one that I used in the Champion that I thought was pretty nice called Night Warrior. That's just kind of a fancy looking one that I think is nice.
Oh yeah, this is a funny
kind
video.
of gothic.
This is Jack Stratton, leader of VULF Records, doing a font video. He's funny. He's a funny guy.
Fontaculous.
Tectonic. What did you post the My Name is TectonicImprov video for?
Oh, that's the title is the Bond Schrift condensed font.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I remember when I started making videos, I was like, I need a font, so I just kept testing out fonts in videos, and I eventually found this one. I was like, this one's cool.
Don't take this the wrong way, but were you inspired by Digi being really into Blue Highway?
No. What font is that? Is that close to this one?
No, I mean sort of, but not really. No, just I remember Digi was like for a while she was like Blue Highway was the font she would always use in all of her videos.
And you mean just like having a font?
Yeah, just having like a font that's like your font.
I'm sure I was inspired in some way.
Yeah, I remember her talking about that, and I thought like that's a good idea. That makes sense. It's not like she invented the concept or anything, but yeah. All right. Anything else to say about fonts? guys, or shall we?
Please watch that Wolf Sans video. But yes,
I think they're fantastic.
Guys, the next one is super good. It's called George Soros, CEO of Antifa LLC Incorporated. Oh, they incorporated. Oh, they made an LLC. Good for them. They can write off so much on their taxes. 3, 2, 1, go.
Mr. Saint.
Yep.
It is with regret that we inform you that your employment with Antifa LLC Incorporated has been terminated,
Bummer.
Effective December 13th, 2020.
Oh no, my health insurance.
You will receive your final paycheck of Soros bucks in the mail. You are being terminated due to your conduct beginning on December 23rd, 2015. The most recent of which includes your use of racial and ableist slurs, your association with individuals who use racial and ableist slurs, and your advocation of drawing a YouTuber's profile picture in a pornographic format.
Wait, what?
Request that you return any and all property that was generated or obtained during your employment with Antifa LLC.
Because I said I didn't think it was bad to draw
This includes any documents, handbooks, your leftist ID badge, your leftist card, your company gun, any manuals, computers, software, keys, or security cards that have been obtained during your paid protesting, and any other items acquired during your work
the
with
company
us.
car that I used to drive big hordes
Thank you
of
for your service to the cause.
super soldiers to
A
and
death
from.
squad will be sent to you shortly.
Okay. Hey, George. Hey, it's been a pleasure. Mr. Soros now. We're no longer on a first name basis.
You can't say he doesn't conduct himself with an air of respect. Can't say he doesn't do that.
Dignity. You know, the word I would use is dignified. It's been an honor. Sorry about all the N-words. I'll see you in hell.
Does a lefty company car drive on the left?
I think that's only in the UK.
No, like everything of the car is on the left. It's a motorbike. It's all on the left.
It's just you're in the side pocket. The side pocket of the fucking snot.
If you try to pass anyone for being too slow, you get pulled over and then taken to the right wing camps where they're all taken.
The gulag. Passing on the right? Not if I have anything to say about it. Okay, guys, that's it. We listened to all the voicemails. The nightmare's over.
Wow.
So, how you doing? How we feeling? Vibe check.
Is we've been going for 3.5 hours.
God, another one.
A long one. I hope the viewers appreciate it.
Another long ass episode.
Just remember
here on the Pro Crastinators podcast.
Remember youtube.com/GamersTavern show.
That's true. Tectonic, plug yourself.
TectonicImprov.com. It takes you to my channel.
Does it actually?
Just go there. Yeah, it actually does.
Oh, good.
A friend of mine bought the domain. I make videos on games. I have this whole long series of compiling this old text LP talking about.
You have more stuff on your channel than we talked about on this episode.
Yeah,
you have a bunch of.
I got a bunch of stuff. It's mostly about games. You'll love them. I know you will.
There is go to patreon.com/theprocrastinators to give us cash and send a voicemail at speakpipe.com/PCP voicemail. And anything else? Did I forget anything?
Did Gib plug?
Oh, giveandtake.site.
Already fucking.
Who cares?
Yeah,
there's nothing on there.
Nobody
don't
fucking
matter.
cares.
None of this matters.
None of this fucking matters. Oh no, is it really over? Have
Yes.
you really come to the end? Oh no.
It doesn't have to end, Ben.
Oh, parting is such a sweet sorrow. Goodbye.
No, wait. I want to talk about circumcision.
No.